Hello and welcome back to another episode of Senezal's Archivists. It's been a little while. You can see today we are without Remy, aka Corb. Hopefully she'll be back for next week. But due to Hurricane Ida, we are currently without her. But we are pressing forward as we need D&D in our lives. Last time our intrepid heroes, insipid heroes, it depends on how you look at them, have gone back through Shinov's door in the hopes that it would take them back to their present, as they are done what they came for in the past, which is arguable. They had anything they had to do in the past to begin with, but they did it anyways.
We had everything to do.
Yes. We ended off last time as they entered into Shinov's catacombs or tomb or whatever word you want to use to describe it. The door shutting firmly behind them, and with the space only illuminated by some dancing lights, they spotted a corpse dressed in a similar Gyaradoon's pilot uniform that they saw back in the other bunker with the dragon weapon. And with that, I will actually have the mood, because it's been a while since I've used Sirenscape.
Oh god. I think it was Remy as well that was checking the corpse.
It was. As Corb is not here, I will be standing in for Remy and I guess Guard as well. But mostly just for combat purposes. I don't want to assume Remy's actual role playing. So Remy is currently looking over the corpse, but one of you can go and help Remy if you wish to discern anything from the corpse.
I'll walk over and go help.
Okay. So from the looks of it, this is an old corpse. It's not quite fully skeletal, but the skin and tissue of the body itself has completely desiccated, and the corpse itself is almost mummified. However, despite its age, there's no smell of rot or any apparent rotting of the corpse itself from the surface.
Okay. I'll call everybody else over before I search it. I don't want to...
Do I hear anything? Can I take a moment to try and...
Yeah, you can make me a perception check to hear for anything that's more than...
High roller.
Yep, we're off to a great start this week. You listen, and beyond the sounds of just your breathing and occasional steps on the rocks, you've not heard a single other thing in here.
Can I check around for traps?
Where you're currently standing? Go ahead.
What would it be? Investigation?
Yeah, what exactly are you looking for, specifically? I guess, the basic traps, like tripwires and such? Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check. As far as you can tell, there doesn't appear to be any traps anywhere, nothing that seems obviously trapped. You do take special note of the two statues, as I mentioned last session, which you might not remember. Ahead of you, there's a staircase that leads up to an altar. Mm-hmm. And upon the altar are two kneeling statues that appear to be skeletons. With that investigation check, you can clearly see that they are skeletons that are currently missing their skulls. Behind them is the large door that seems almost similar to the one you just came through, except this one actually has a full rendition of Shinov on it, as well as detailed writing on it in Kortoro, which seems to give you a full history of her.
Okay. I don't know if we asked as well
the history sorry, the history we know to be true given where we just came from, or the history we know to be true
Yes.
given our local area?
No, this is the, like, it refers to her as Shay Novia.
Okay.
So it's all the facts written probably by her party who have left her here.
Is the door open or closed?
It is currently closed, and it doesn't appear to have any sort of handle or anything on it to open it. As far as you can tell, it could not even be a door. This could just be a very intricate mural. It just seems very similar to the door you came through.
Are those two headless skeletons, they look like statues, or they look like big old skellies?
From this distance, they appear to be regularly humanoid-sized, not Keothi humanoid-sized, but closer to like Xylia humanoid-sized.
Well, they fucking skeletons.
They are kneeled, and they do appear to have sheathed scimitars at their side. However, they don't appear to be actually made of bone. They seem to be made of some sort of rock, perhaps. Likely carved. But whoever did carve them did a fantastic job.
Can you refresh me again? What was Shinova again? What race?
She was Cortoro.
Cortoro, yeah. I'm gonna shout over to everyone. Should I search this body?
Go for it.
And the body's like just laying on the ground, right? Like it's not in any kind of like a sarcophagus type situation. No, it's just like a body. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like somebody just died here.
Can we see what kind of? I know it's mummified. Can I walk up? Can we see what kind of like wounds it has? Can we determine a cause of death?
Sure. You can make me a medicine check.
Good luck.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah, I'll help you.
Doctor.
Doctor. That's a pretty good one.
Not that you needed the help.
Nope. There doesn't appear to be any external wounds on the body. From the looks of the structure, it's definitely not human, elf, dwarf. It is probably Gyaraduin. So this is a very old corpse by that logic. If anything, must have probably died from either sickness, dehydration perhaps, if it was locked in here.
I'm gonna carefully search the corpse.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay.
Two.
Make me an investigation check. And since Keothi, never mind.
Let's go.
I was gonna say, you can't
find
receive
a
help
dead
from
body.
multiple sources. You could have just done one yourself, but yeah. Keothi, as you're like looking over the bottom half of the corpse, he's got a nice shiny pair of combat boots.
They're still shiny.
Xylia.
I guess if they're magical, huh?
He's got an iPhone in his
magical?
left pocket.
They could.
Well,
they're probably.
Me.
So, a little bit of background, I guess, for the shininess of said combat boots. Anyways, they're not magical themselves, but have most likely been polished with some form of maybe not magical reagent, but like an alchemist's reagent to make sure that they never go dull. As for the investigation check by Xylia, this guy is very clearly wearing Gyaraduin pilot armor, or not pilot armor, sorry, soldier's armor. And with your knowledge now of Gyaraduin society that you've learned from your history lessons from the masters themselves, you can identify that this was a soldier, not a pilot, based on the striping of the uniform.
Okay.
The armor itself is no longer functional in any way, shape, or form. The magic that once powered the defensive capabilities of it are pretty much gone. At best, this is a not nylon, but fuck, what is the name of that stretchy material that's like form-fitting?
Satin? No.
Not polyester. I can't remember. It's not
Spandex
is the only thing.
spandex. Yeah, this is
spandex.
effectively a full body spandex uniform.
He's a BDSM Gyaradoon.
No, that would be latex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Professional.
not
I'm
latex.
sorry.
That's why I said all I could think of was latex then. I was like, oh no, it's not going to be that.
You find his laser rifle, however, it is broken.
Damn it.
And has been long since. You can tell that it's like fully rusted through. The one thing you do find on him that is still operational is his datapad. It's the small sort of mobile phone looking devices. And a quick investigation of it, you could easily boot it up, turn it on, and explore it if you wanted.
Hell yeah.
Time to search the internet. Look at his browser history.
Yeah.
You could see a few outgoing messages specifically from him that say that he's trapped, he needs extraction, I can't get out, the doors have sealed behind me and I can't find the mechanism. Oh god, there's things in here with me. I'm just gonna hide here. Please send a message back when you get this.
That went well.
There's also selfies of him being attacked by these stone skeletons.
Any incoming messages?
No,
Just
doesn't
outgoing.
appear so. You can see too that the outgoing messages never actually had a sent confirmation.
No
Aw, big
signal.
bummer. Does he have any kind of a journal on there? Nor he's like looking over Xylia's shoulder, like something where he's like written down.
You can
You know,
make me
a lot
another
of times
investigation check for the
soldiers-
device itself.
Can I
I'm gonna
help?
him. I'm gonna point
Yes.
at things.
Well,
Oh, I think
I'll
you're
help
doing
you.
it. You're doing
Oh,
it. No,
okay.
I'm helping
Okay.
you. I'm
Okay.
helping you.
Thank you.
With a 19,
Yeah.
19's good. Yeah, he doesn't have a journal so much as he appears to have what are effectively his standing orders. He was basically, from the looks of it, he was told to investigate a monument that the Gyaradoon troops found that appeared to give homage to one of their enemies, Shaynovia. And from the notes that he's taken as he entered, he said that he managed to break into the tomb itself. However, as soon as he undid the spell that was on the doors and walked through them, the spell seemed to reseal itself, and he couldn't manage to open them from the inside anymore.
Is there a star date on his logs?
The last recorded date in the device itself is at least about 40,000 years ago.
Can we talk about the fucking battery life on this? Cause damn.
and the fact that he's not
It's been off this
decomposed.
entire time. It's been off this entire time.
Yeah, you like got mummified instead somehow.
Somehow. Okay, anything
Some
else?
kind of necromancer. I bet these like stone skeletons come up and they like kiss you, and then you just like, ah,
It's the
and
lich.
you just like, yep.
Uh,
Yeah, they kiss you exactly like that. Thanks, Dan.
Mhm.
is there anything else at all, I guess, noteworthy on or around the corpse?
No, not really.
No. I'm gonna send my dancing lights.
Oh, I guess he would have one of those combat knives that you guys picked up.
The adamantine ones.
Yeah, exactly.
the really
Ooh, pick that
expensive
shit
ones.
up. Yeah,
I'm
pick
taking
that shit
that.
up. Boop, 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 boop. Anything of
And-
value aside from that? What else is there on there? Anything that we'd be like, hey, this would be great?
Did the rifle have any leftover ammunition or anything?
No, not from what you can tell.
Should we take the rifle with us, even if it's broken? Someone might be able to fix it up.
Get it to Senezal too. I know he likes to whatever
Yeah.
have things.
I'll pick it
So-
up and put it in my backpack. What would it be called?
What's the time? Oh, sorry.
You could just call it a Gyaradoon rifle.
Broken Gyaradoon
What's the time?
rifle.
What's the time difference between where we were and when this guy seemed to have died?
It seems like at least about 50 to 60 years later after you left.
Okay. Okay.
So with that, you can probably confirm you're in the future again.
Our time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna send my dancing lights up towards the what we assume are statues at the minute.
Okay.
And
Also, just a quick reminder that I do have a familiar now.
Yes.
shit.
Yeah.
A unicorn rabbit.
and I'll say to God,
I don't know if I have that quickly in here. What do you remember what they're called?
space hamsters.
I sent a
No.
No, I didn't pick
No.
a space hamster. Let me see.
What we
It'll
were
be in our
close
chat
to.
somewhere.
Luca, you don't pick the
Of
space
course.
hamster. The space hamster picks you.
I'm trying to summon a unicorn bunny and a fucking space hamster shows
Not a-
up. God damn it!
Not a Tressum. It's
It's not,
Oh, 5e
no,
Tools
'cause
is
those
back.
are the winged cats. Oh, that's good.
Also, is
What are they
Roll20
called?
extremely fucking slow down here for anyone else, like moving shit?
not for me.
Well, I didn't know how to move stuff on the Mac for a little bit, and now I figured it out, so we're good.
Yeah, mine's
There's a little bit of
incredibly-
resistance at first when I first pick up the token, but otherwise it seems fine.
Yeah, mine's just incredibly laggy all the time, but it's okay.
Oh, it's an Almirage. And it's
Almirage.
it's from Tomb of Annihilation. Okay, so I don't have that on Roll20.
Can you just put a bunny?
I don't think there's bunnies.
You don't have any bunny tokens?
What kind of sick,
No?
twisted
Can
world
there
is
not be
this?
bunny? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't have
Evil
bunny. I
land
don't have
do we live
rabbit.
in?
Fuck it, give her a squid.
I'm
Give us
gonna.
space hamster.
I'll give you a rat for the time being because I think it has basically the same
rat.
stats. But I'll fix it later.
It's okay, it's a horny
A
rat.
rat. It's a horny rat.
Yeah, instead of a unicorn rabbit.
Perfect.
I'm
It's
gonna
in the
ask.
walls.
Oh yeah, it is. I was thinking, what the fuck is that? We're being
It's a rat.
attacked by
It's in the
rats.
wall. Hashtag rat.
Sally instinctively just steps on it.
No.
This will be Nori.
No, it's like a very colorful. It's a colorful unicorn bunny. It goes.
So-
It complements my skin tone.
Hell
Nori,
yeah.
you should have control of the rat now.
I are become the rat. Yeah, I got it. Thanks.
Now you know you gotta. The name of the unicorn bunny has to be Rat, right?
No. I feel like I gave it a name last game and I forgot what it was.
Maybe.
Bummer.
I don't remember. It's been a while. You can always go back and look at the video and see if you ever said anything about it.
I'm gonna.
You can see my little Orgle pet is back there, just
Yeah.
staring me down.
Hell yeah.
Lady.
Lady being her twisted self. Stop using your butt to change the temperature.
I'm gonna shout back to God
I like
and
it.
point towards the skeleton statue rock monstrosities. And I'll just ask him if he has ever seen anything like it or heard of anything like that before. There also looks to be, are those three like plinths or like
Plinths?
pressure plates or
These?
something in front of us? Yeah.
No, those are
I
the
think they're
stairs that lead up to
steps.
the altar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So the altar is raised by about 5 feet off the ground.
Okay.
So you could climb it without stairs at like half your movement. But the stairs obviously make it easier.
Yeah, I'll give him a shout and ask for now.
He looks between the two skeletons and just slowly shakes his head. They appear to be statues, as best I can tell. Nothing.
Can I poof
Intricate
my
about them.
bunny out of existence and then poof it back onto one of the skeletons?
Yep. So you can take your rat, and put him right
Bunny.
there. And you have vision, I think, too.
Yeah. What do
Dark vision
your
of 30 feet.
what do your unicorn bunny eyes see? I'm gonna do that thing and look through their eyes really quick. Take a little look-see from this perspective instead.
From this perspective, you can see to the left and right of the hallway, there appear to be 2 other doors settled into the walls. These ones much less intricate than the one directly ahead of you. And they appear to be made and carved out of solid stone. Beside both of them, there appears to be almost like a hand jutting out of the wall with claws sticking up towards the ceiling.
You know, it would have been really good, and I'm saying this and I can't see anyone. I'm actually looking at them from the bunny's perspective right now, but I'm talking from Nori's body, and I go, you know, it would be really good if we got like a map of this before we just were like, let's get in here, because, you know, I'm pretty sure that the other people were the ones that built it, so they could have, you know, actually, I'm just upset that they weren't like, hey, there's gonna be these statues in here that probably are gonna murder you. Also,
Well,
creepy wall hands, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, if it was dangerous, I'm sure they probably would. That means it can't be dangerous, right? There's definitely going to be no danger in here. They'd have warned us otherwise. They were really nice.
I don't know if you remember when we were looking through that guy's little phone thing, or I don't know what the fuck we call it, his little tablet thing, whatever we call it here, because I don't think we know what phones are.
Yeah, you do.
I guess we
You would
know
learn
if
by
we hung
now.
out, yeah. After we looked through that guy's phone thing where he was like, oh god, there's something in here. Oh god, I'm gonna hide. And now mummified body, probably something bad in here, I'm gonna just say.
That would have been, what, 40,000 years ago?
Nothing can live that long.
I mean...
Yeah, okay. I want to have my bunny hop down and around both skeleton statues, like on the ground near them.
Okay.
Basically trying to like trigger if there's any kind of like pressure plate or anything that could like trigger anything. I'm just kind of exploring. Because I also don't want it to face statues, you know, that are in Shinov's tomb if we don't have to. I feel like it would probably be a little mean to do.
The dead body's fine, but the statues, hell no.
I mean, the dead body clearly doesn't belong in here.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
You hop the bunny around the altar a little while, just kind of exploring. Nothing seems to trigger as he
I want to check the
hops.
stairs.
He goes
Do
down
some
the
stadiums.
stairs.
Do some stadiums, bunny.
Down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs. Nothing.
All right, I want him to hop over to the hands.
Oh god.
Okay.
Oh god.
Actually, I'm gonna poof him out, and I'm gonna poof him into a hand.
Okay. So you poof him directly into one of the hands.
Yeah.
And from this vantage point, being able to see it yourself, you can clearly see that the hands appear to have little segmented parts where the joints should be, and they're not exactly hands. They look sort of like hands, but they've got like long pointed claws sticking up. And as the bunny settles into it, the hand closes hard on it and just threads it before it poofs out of existence.
Big bummer. All right, well, those hands don't seem too great. Also, my bunny's gone. I'll get him back later, but...
Bunny is dead Reno.
Can we hear anything else when that happens?
He just pops into the celestial plane.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Bran, what was that?
Could I hear anything as that happened, like any mechanisms or anything like that?
There was like a sound of something settling as the bunny's weight came down into the claw. But there wasn't much else.
Well, did it seem safe, Nori?
I mean, nothing triggered outside of when we put something in the hands. So maybe don't sit in the hands.
Damn it. Okay. I'll take a walk up to the...
You wouldn't fit in the hand anyways. It's like...
Yeah.
Just a singular butt cheek. Just a singular butt cheek in the hand. Woo!
Just shake the hand.
That's a butt pinch that you won't escape from.
Woo!
It's gonna take a little with it.
I'm gonna take a walk up to the left statue.
Okay. The statue is very well carved, if it was indeed carved. It is the perfect replica of a skeleton, perhaps a little bit wider than a human's, maybe a Cortoro. But
Also, sorry, these are the
Yep.
doors with the hands, right?
yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Okay.
The hands are what are sticking out of the walls specifically.
Well, can Keothi just quickly go and look around because she can't see anything?
Yeah,
Apart
you
from
guys
the,
can
entrance.
move freely. If you move somewhere that you're not supposed to, I'll let you know.
I'm
Also,
chilling
I can-
my Remy and guard.
Yeah, it's well cut up, to the point where like it seems like it could have been, if it were made of bone, it would be a skeleton.
Can I check where the head should be? Does it look like it was like clean cut off, or like?
So looking where the head should be, it's clear that it's not like something was cut off from there. It seems like it just stopped at the topmost vertebrae, where a skull could be
Placed?
simply reattached. Yeah.
I'm gonna go look around for anything that looks like it could fit. Then I guess a skull or ornamental or something.
Okay. Make me an investigation check of the room, I guess.
Guidance.
There you go.
Ooh, is that advantage?
Boop.
No,
One
it's an
D4.
extra D4 on the check.
Oh, can I just add it afterwards? Is that what I do?
Yep.
Okay.
There is a way to embed it
Giving
into
you
the roll,
advantage, big
but
bummer.
you don't need to do that.
Damn it.
What's the matter, lady?
13 then.
Trying to use my
Okay.
celestial warlock.
No, a
ability.
D4. You still have to roll the D4.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Oh, shut
12.
up. You're not that unhappy.
Woo.
Looking around the room, there's a few fairly large rocks that probably fell from the ceiling that might substitute a skull if you're so inclined.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna pick one up and try and place it on.
All right. You pick up, fairly round, nice big rock,
Yeah.
put it on, and let go, and it just rolls off the statue onto the floor.
Great. Yep.
Is the
Good
door
try, good
mural the door mural is just Shanov?
It's Shanov, and it's got, as I said, it's got basically like a Wikipedia article about Shanov.
Born in blah blah blah. Just kidding. Can I put my hands on the mural? Does anything feel weird? Can I like look for shit? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you put your hands on the mural, and pressing against it, you can tell that yes, this is definitely a door, as you can feel the seam, but the seam is almost invisible between the two halves, since it's a double door effectively. The door itself does seem to have some form of enchantment on it, as you can feel, because it is definitely resisting any form of being like pushed or pulled, as far as you can tell.
Can I cast like light on the door?
Yeah.
Okay.
The door begins to glow and emits about 20 feet of light?
Mhm.
20 feet of bright and 20 feet of dim. Lady,
Cool.
get your tail out of my coffee.
I'm also, while Nori's doing
okay.
that, I'm gonna pick up the same rock and go place it in the hand.
Okay. You place the rock in the hand. The hand grips it really tight until you think it might stop, and then shatters it.
I wonder
this
what
is a-
else we can put in there. What do you think it can break?
This is a door, right?
The hand?
Next to it
No,
is a
next
door.
to
It's
it.
Yes, there is a door next to it.
I'm gonna cast knock on the door.
Okay. You
You can also
cast
just
knock
see if
on
the
the
door
door.
opens first, but
I'm scared.
Does knock open the door, or does it just open locks on the door? I don't remember.
It
opens
can be a
locked
door, a
doors.
box, padlock. It could be magical or mundane, and it just unsticks it or like disables the magic on it.
Okay. So you cast knock on the door. It's still closed, but you can try and open it.
Mm-hmm. I will try and open it.
Okay. As the chamber still echoes with the sound of that knocking sound, the door slowly swings open with very little resistance and reveals this room ahead of you.
Ooh. I'm gonna...
Do you... Oh, you don't have your lights in there. So
No.
right now, it's a very dark room.
I can move it, though, because Nori just cast light on the mural.
True.
So I'll move them through. And I'll say back, I can't believe that worked.
I'm just going to copy your dancing lights and put it where Nori is so that there's still light over there.
Okay.
As far as you can
see still, yeah.
As far as you can see within the room itself, from your current vantage point, you see two pillars just in the middle of the room, more like maybe obelisks, since they don't actually hit the ceiling. They seem to taper off towards the top. And one of them, and one additional obelisk from this vantage point you can see has been since broken, and it lies shattered on the ground.
I'm gonna shout over to Remy and ask if Remy wants to take the lead in here to have a look around.
Remy goes in through the room cautiously,
Mm-hmm.
and reports that there are in fact 3 standing obelisks, not simply just one. Not simply 2, sorry.
Everybody else would have heard that, by the way, so if anybody else wants to come on in, feel free.
Needs an adult. He's scared.
Can I sit on top of him?
You'll sit on
That's
top
as
of him.
close as I'll get.
I will.
Remy will cautiously enter the room a little bit further and kind of stand
Yeah,
towards the back here.
I'm gonna stick behind Remy.
From this
else?
distance. Sorry,
Oh,
what?
sorry. Nothing else seems to be of importance in here. No.
You can make an investigation check of the door itself. You've so far just kind of given it a more cursory
True.
look over.
All right, I'm guidancing myself as well.
Is guidance a cantrip?
Yep, that was bad.
Oof.
You get a guidance.
Yeah. Ugh. Sorry, Onyx is laying on my keyboard.
Ooh, all the threes
butthead.
today.
It's a 7 with a 5. It's fairly easy to read. That
5?
at least a 5, yes, was all that was required to read. At the bottom of this epitaph, there's something that stands out that's obviously not part of the epitaph. It seems to be just a quote at the end, and it says, "Let not the soul suffer, may they rest in peace." In Kotoril, but you can read it anyways.
Let not the soul suffer. May they rest in
Ripperoni.
pepperoni.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. I spelled peace wrong. Oops.
From where you're currently standing, Xylia,
Uh-huh.
you can see on each of the obelisks is written in Gyaraduin, a different word on each one. The one in the top left, says suffering. The one on the top right says the end, and the one on the bottom left says
Butterflies and
death.
roses and
What does it say?
Death.
So say those again. Suffering, the end, and death.
Yes.
How big are these obelisks?
They're about maybe 6 feet tall, and maybe 2 feet across in diameter.
Okay. Can I see? Can I like puzzle together what it would have said on it?
The one that's broken?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try and like shuffle around the parts of it and see if you can find where the inscription is. You can go ahead and make me an investigation check on that.
Anyone
with
wanna...
possible help from Keothi.
Yeah.
You'll note too, getting down on the ground and actually like working with the rocks in here, it is exceptionally dusty on the floor. Like the second that the second you get down on your knees to get into this, like the front of your of the legs, or I guess you're wearing like a cloak, I guess, so your cloak is just covered in this like fine sheet of gray dust. With a 14 though, you can eventually find where the inscription is, and it says the afterlife.
I'll relay that back to the rest of the group. God, do you want to check the door at the opposite side to see if it's open?
I can do that while you guys figure out what the hell this is.
Yeah, if you could. Do you have any idea? Have you maybe, I don't know, I guess, heard of this before? Any of these, do these words hold any kind of meaning?
The obelisks themselves look sort of Katoro. Similar, I guess, to some of their more religious ceremonies, but I couldn't tell you their function.
Okay.
And he'll walk on over to the other door, and you can hear he gives it a jiggle and then opens it.
Anything interesting, God?
Some gemstones and a mirror.
Ooh.
A very, very dirty mirror. Lots of more dust, too.
Does there seem to be anything else in this room at a glance that would... Any switches? Any...
At a glance, not really. You can really take a good look around the room with a perception check, though.
I'll try to take a good look.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll do that.
So you two sweep the room. These nat 20s, I swear, you're burning all your luck just on these checks.
Yeah, I know. But it's fine, because this is where we found like 10,000 gold, right?
Looking around the room, there are no switches as far as you can tell. Which, you know, given this is technically fallen ruins, this is some very primitive ruins by comparison to what you're used to. So far, there's been absolutely no electronic devices or even anything with any power of any sort. And as you look around, though, you realize, looking at the obelisk, that it didn't simply fall apart due to time. Somebody seems to have actually destroyed it. You can see that there are marks along the sides of the broken parts where somebody must have hit it with some form of either blunt instrument or maybe an axe even.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay. As a ritual, or are you just gonna...
Ritual takes what, an hour?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? No, I'm just gonna cast it.
Okay. So you cast it, and you're immediately met with several sources of magic within this room. Each of the obelisks seems to glow slightly. The one broken does not. You can see the one in the top left currently glows with divination magic, and the other two glow with necromantic.
Fuck, okay. And the one in the top left was... the
Suffering.
Suffering. Then it was the end and death. No, the end and... What was the bottom left
death.
one?
Death.
Oh, I thought that was the broken one.
The broken one was the afterlife.
Okay. I'll relay it back and see if any of the group have any input. This is some
I don't really know much
creepy
about
shit.
this stuff, but it's making me uneasy.
Well, one of them's broken, and we can't really tell what kind of magic it had. I don't know if breaking another one would be the best idea.
Maybe if
I
two
can
are
break it.
necromancy, then the other two would have been divination.
That's what I'm thinking, but also
And where, can you point out again which one's which? I'm sorry.
top left is divination, the other two are...
But what are
necromancy.
that one and that, which makes sense. It would make like an X.
Yeah.
But
like, how do we know if... Like, is it the ones that are left that are active? Is it the ones that are broken that are... This is tough.
Hang on, did you say that there's 2 necromancy but only one of another type?
Yes.
Yes.
one that's divination.
That could explain all the skeletons.
Could.
Like it's not balanced or something.
Yeah. And this is the skelly door, right?
True.
Yes, this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna leave this room.
Can we?
For now and check the other
does the
door.
obelisk look like something we could put back together?
No.
I was
It's
gonna say, can
very
I
broken.
mend it? But it's huge.
With mending, it could take some time, but you could put it back together. It would probably take an hour of effort. 60 castings of mending.
Okay, that's good to know.
How long have we
Seems
got
like
left?
most of the pieces are still there. What do you mean got left?
Yeah,
Well,
There's
oh,
no
then-
there's no
we have no
time.
idea. So
As far as you guys know, you're back in the future. In terms of time limits, you know, maybe Stormseeker is sort of your ticking time bomb, but you can't hear it, so clearly it must still be far away if it is nearby, or if it is a problem.
the one that's broken, is there just no magical energy on it whatsoever, or is it like faded?
I mean, it's been a long time since it's been broken, most likely, so as far as you can tell, there's no magic still lingering on it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go check the other room
Okay.
for now. And see whatever the fuck God sees.
Sure.
Oh, can I split my dancing lights too?
Yeah, you can split into... I think they can't be more than 30 feet, or 20 feet from one another, though, I believe.
Oh, really?
I'll just come with you. It's fine.
I like must be
I
within
think
20
I'm
feet
the only
of
one that can't see.
another light. Yeah, so I'll make the max of 4 then and just spread them all 20 feet apart so it lights up both rooms.
Okay.
Oh god, okay.
Now that you're in here... Oh, you don't have dancing lights anymore. You cast Detect Magic. Concentration spell.
Oh, then I'll bring them back up.
And you'll lose concentration on Detect Magic.
Oh, fuck. I didn't realize Detect Magic was concentration.
I run. I slap my hand on something and I cast light.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then run back over to hang out with Remy.
Thanks, Nori.
I hear Xylia's exasperated sigh as he cannot decide what he wishes to do.
So I'll give you 20 feet of bright and 20 feet of...
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
did you cast it on me?
I cast it on a fucking rock or some shit. I cast it on something that he can carry. There we go.
Okay. So you now have a rock that glows.
Fuck yes.
You should be able to see the room now, I think.
Yeah, I can.
Rock.
Okay.
Treat it nicely.
With your Detect Magic still going, as you crossed, you could see both the skeletons towards the top, like the two statues, had what type of magic is it? Conjuration magic on them. The big door
Ooh.
had divination magic on it, or sorry, abjuration magic, and the two hands had divination. Now that you're in this room, you can see that the mirror has abjuration magic on it, and the
Can you?
various gemstones. You can see there are 9 different gemstones spread out in front of you in a grid, 3x3 grid. Each of them seems to be enchanted with divination magic.
Is there a golden gauntlet with 9 slots anywhere
No.
nearby? Okay.
No.
Can I get clarification? What is abjuration magic?
Abjuration is like a protection spell or a warding spell or a spell that would like lock a door.
You said the mirror was dusty, right? Really dusty.
Very dusty, yes.
I'm
You
just-
can't see any sort of reflection from it.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
go over and give it a wipe.
Yep, you do so, and you can see yourself reflected in the mirror in the room before you.
The gemstones in the mirror too.
Sure. Yep. Give me a insight check looking at that.
Insight. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, gemstones are reflected
What?
in the mirror.
Can I pick up one of the gemstones and I'll hold it up to the mirror and hold the rock behind it. See if there's anything shine through it.
Okay. Off the mirror, no. But you notice as you lift the gemstone with the light, it does seem to be giving off a shadow on the walls. That it shouldn't be. If you want to inspect that a bit more closely, I'll need an investigation check.
I will. Keothi, you want to help with this one since you're here as well?
So there are specifically there's topaz, opal, onyx, diamond, jade, ruby, sapphire, amethyst, and it's simply a piece of coal.
I don't know how much help I'll be, but I'll help.
So which one do you pick up to try and shine light through? Obviously not coal, because you can't shine light through coal, but...
No, dude, anyways.
No, I'm gonna assume the coal is to like trace or something and fucking put together a puzzle piece or something like that.
Okay.
I'll pick up whatever the first one is on the thing, the top left.
Topaz?
Yeah, sure.
So you shine it at the wall, and if you want to give me an investigation check with advantage with Keothi helping you. With a 19, you kind of turn it this way and that and turn the gemstone around to see if maybe like you're hitting it wrong. And you do eventually see that the shadow being displayed on the wall through some clever trick in it carved into the gemstone on the inside, it would seem. It is giving off the shadow of Cargone's symbol on the wall.
Was there any other symbols on the door?
No, not
Okay.
there's been no god symbols as far as you've been able to tell.
Could I? This grid, is it like a solid like
It seems to
stone
be
grid?
carved into the floor, whatever it was. So the stone itself has grooves carved into it.
I guess would I be able to try with all of them? I'm assuming they're all going to be...
They all seem to be placed into the grid currently, yes. Apart from the one you're holding.
And putting 2 and 2 together, there's 9 deities too, right?
Yes.
But one of them's coal, you said?
Yep.
So only 8 stones.
The coal does appear to be carved into a very similar shape as the rest of them, though.
Check the rest of them.
Let me pick up the coal.
Okay.
Anything weird about it?
Apart from the fact that it's glowing slightly with divination magic, nope.
Was one of the other ones diamond?
Mm-hmm.
There is a diamond, yes. You would value it at maybe 500 gold pieces worth of diamond.
Money.
It
Let's
is.
take it and run.
It is
No, I'm
a
kidding.
big, like
Chunky boy.
fist-sized diamond.
Can I try, like, what happens if I put the coal against the mirror?
Nothing seems to happen. No.
Screw it. Can I try and discern the rest of them over time?
Yeah, you can hold them up one by one to the light, and having discovered how it seems to work, you're not going to have to make any additional checks.
Sweet.
On the opal, it's a little bit harder to tell because it's not technically see-through, but it does seem to go off the faintest of shadow of Orgel symbol. The onyx gives off Zavich's symbol. The diamond appears to be Valkyrie's. The jade is Darnua. Ruby is Horatius. The sapphire is Andrash. The amethyst is Shinove. And the coal is not see-through whatsoever and doesn't appear to give off a shadow.
You give one of those other ones the designation of Orgel or no?
Yes,
Yeah,
the opal is Orgel.
So which god are we missing?
You have Cargone, Orgel, Zavich, Valkyries, Darnua, Horatius, Andrash, Shinove, and that's it.
Chandi's
Chandi.
missing.
Chandu.
What the fuck?
Which one's Shinove's waifu?
Darnua?
Danua.
Okay. And Chandi is what's his face? Zavich's sister? Right?
No, that was Danua
Yes.
too. Was it?
No.
Yeah, Chandi.
Darnua and
Zavich
Chandi are
sister.
just gal pals. They're not.
Can we ask Remy if Remy would know why Chandi would be coal? Is there any significance to that?
Chandi's dead.
Let me give Remy an insight check because as the DM, I know, obviously.
Tell
What
us,
do you
Remy.
mean? You're Remy. God damn it.
I tried helping. I totally helped when I asked.
That's the DM role, though, right? Oh,
Remy gives a confused shrug.
I'll do a once over of the room. Is there anything like behind the mirror? Is there anything else in here that's...
Which god is Chandi again?
The
Darnua's the
goddess
big buff
of... Darnua's the big buff nature god. God of the
Okay.
wild, god of chaos, god of basically survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
Chandi is the goddess of light, of charity, of healing, self-sacrifice.
Oh, God.
And she's coal? Does it look like something happened to, like...
Was it made this way to...
It appears to be purposely carved. Like the coal itself is irregularly shaped. It's carved to be in like almost a gem-looking, like almost faceted.
All right, I think if we put these on the board correctly, we summon Captain Planet. And then...
Fuck's sake.
With your check around the room once more, Xylia, can you give me another investigation check?
For
helping.
sure.
You're
Hell
helping
yeah.
us
helping.
then. Okay.
I'm helping.
Thank God.
I helped.
You look around the room and there's nothing else in here, and you give a once over the mirror, and you notice something weird in the mirror though. As you're looking at it and looking at the gems in the mirror are in a different order than the gems currently on the grid.
Oh. Rearrange time.
What's abjuration
I'm
magic
so
again?
bad at
Everybody
puzzles.
stand
Do you need me
back.
Do you need me to lift anything? I can't do puzzles, but I can lift things.
It's gonna blow.
So you're gonna rearrange the gems to be similar to what's in the mirror?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's okay. So you do so, and they are in an order that I mean, apart from what the mirror shows, doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to you. There's no rhyme or reason to it, and as you put
It's
the
not
gems,
in order of how they ascended or anything like that.
no,
Where-
not from what you can tell.
Where is the coal?
Bottom right.
The
Okay.
last one.
Yeah.
It's gonna die in reverse order.
As you settle all the gems in, the room begins to shudder slightly. You can see the dust begin to rise up off of the ground and slowly begin swirling in a vortex around you. The door behind Nori slams shut as the dust begins to coalesce into this giant skeletal form, and I will need everybody to roll me initiative.
Jesus.
No.
Counterspell. I'm kidding. Fuck.
I mean, no spell is currently being cast, so.
Oh, hello. All right, big boy.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck is a Minotaur skeleton? Dare!
Yes.
Why?
This might be too loud.
That's fine, I think. Oh,
There
never
we
mind.
Yeah, no, I reduced the volume, but it didn't actually go down.
No.
Soundscape's a bit odd.
That scared the
sometimes.
fuck out of me, holy shit.
There, it's at like 25% now.
Damn it. Should have brought the other body in for protection.
And guard. I have too many DMPCs and I hate it.
A fucking Minotaur skeleton?
And initiative. There we go. And the initiative order is there. There we go. All right, so from the top Keothi, the Minotaur skeleton begins to coalesce in front of you into like a hardened shape. And while, yes, it is very clearly in the shape of a skeleton, it is definitely not made out of bone. It appears to be made out of like solid rock. However, the weapon it's carrying is a large, I believe a cleaver. No, sorry. It looks like a much larger version of your own battle axe. And it's headed with a very sharp-looking rock axe head.
Okay, well, I'm going to get raged,
Okay.
and I'm gonna use my maul, I think. My new maul with its shifting pole.
Ooh.
Okay. So you bust out the maul.
I'm gonna bust out the maul.
You press the button, and the head of your long metal staff just expands into this large, almost hammer-like shape.
And I shout time to break some rocks as I slam down on the shoulder of where it's the arm it's holding its axe.
Okay. Give me... All right, you got the attack roll. That is a solid hit. And you can tell with this maul, it is an incredibly effective weapon against this creature, as it just shatters through, breaking large chunks of bone off of it, but definitely not incapacitating it. It's very tough.
I get an extra attack,
You do?
so I'm gonna smash it again.
Give it to him. A 12 also hits, as you bring the maul back up again and hit it one more time, smashing more rocks off of it. It twists backwards slightly, but is still in the game, as it were. Just barely, though, as you can see some of the dust that it's comprised of begin falling off of it, and like slowly, like a sand clock falling off of it. Guard will go. And guard is going to come in with the what? He doesn't have a weapon. Doesn't have a freaking weapon. He will use Thorn Whip on it and totally biff it, unfortunately. Xylo, you are up.
I will... Fuck. I'm just gonna. I'll cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
At first level.
All right. Let's
Oh
see it.
fuck! How do I do this again? Oh, never mind.
You
How many
should
is that?
have it in your.
3, right?
It's 3. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. That's 12 damage. The Minotaur skeleton is pelted with these force missiles as it's still attempting to coalesce and come into being. It's barely even had a chance to dodge any of these hits. And you can see that it's cracked all over from all these hits, but it's still just barely holding on. Anything else, Xylia?
I don't think I can do anything else.
Okay.
So no, I will. Actually, I will. Can I move around it to the back?
Yep. Yep.
So I don't get the entire party cleaved.
It starts to turn to look at you running around it, and then at the beginning of its turn, it will raise that great axe and attempt to bring it down on the smaller, but not much smaller than it, Keothi. Assessing her as the greatest threat to it for a 24 to hit.
Fuck.
Jesus.
That was a good fucking roll. So you only take 10 damage from that because you're raging.
Oh no. Okay.
But it does manage to score a solid hit against Keothi. But that will be its turn as it begins to raise up this axe again. You can see it's struggling to even so much as lift it back up again at the rate that it's falling apart. Nori, you're up.
I'm gonna shimmy on over as well. Back over here.
Running circles around it.
And then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame.
Okay.
With
So it
the
needs to make a
DC
dex.
16.
Oh, it fails. Roll me that damage.
Get fucked, son.
And Nori, as you bring down this holy fire onto the Minotaur skeleton, it is consumed by it, and you can see the dust simply collapse back into a pool on the ground as the Minotaur skeleton is no more.
And it's just 100% dust. Even the axe, like the axe got turned to dust too.
Everything returns to dust. Yes.
Returns to monkey.
Nori makes the decisions now, Xylia, because you just nearly got us all killed.
Also, just give me.
I would have done the same things.
I get the impression that the answer in the mirror is a decoy.
Oh.
Oh, like the mirror's not the truth.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Put them
okay.
in order. Put them in the order of which they ascended.
Give me 2 seconds. I need to refresh this page. It's like slowing my entire PC down for some reason today.
Okay. And the order in which they ascended, Nori, is that's a bit ambiguous given 3 of them ascended each time they ascended.
Put them in alphabetical order.
Or we could put the top 3, then the middle 3, and the bottom 3, and then shuffle them around one by one.
That's still a lot of variations.
Maybe it is the right order, but it's orientated wrong. So maybe rotate the order.
Can we order them in the way their alignment? Can we orient them based on their alignment, starting from like the goodest to the worstest?
Sorry, I didn't have fucking hardware acceleration on, and it almost burned down my fucking PC. Holy shit.
Ooh. So sorry, you want to put them in the order of their alignment? Like the alignment chart?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are ideas. Which one do you guys want to go with?
First of all,
me, Nori, go and starts going.
Okay.
Boop, 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 boop. I'm putting it in. I'm doing it.
Before Nori does that, can I search the Minotaur at least?
There's nothing
It's
left
not
of the
there, it's
Minotaur.
dust.
Oh, it's just totally gone.
It
Boop, I put
just
them all
collapsed
in.
into dust.
I put them in.
Okay, you put them in order of their alignment, and the room begins to shudder again. But the dust does not rise up this time. Instead, the gems rise up, and begin to spin together and coalesce into one solid form. And as it falls back to the ground again, you can see it is a skull comprised of each of these gemstones.
Let's go.
I won the internet.
You did it.
The skull
I'm so
itself
smart,
begins to
dude.
glow.
Fucking big brain.
The skull itself begins to glow with divination magic.
I go and kick the mirror.
The mirror breaks.
Yes. No, that's bad luck.
No,
Fuck.
don't do that. Mend it back together. This is my patron deity's inner sanctum.
Okay.
I grab your hands, fix it. I put your hands on the glass, fix
No.
it.
No.
Really?
I fixed it in the mirror.
Oh, mean. I'm telling Chanel. Telling Chanel on you. Cool. Is the door? I'm gonna walk back over to that door that shut on us. Is it open?
Yep, it reopens just fine.
Yay!
I'm out.
Let's leave the skull. Let's leave the skull. We're gonna leave the skull on the table.
No, we should take it. I think maybe it's to put on top of the other skulls to open the door. On top of the skeletons.
Yeah, I'm also worried though that those skeletons are gonna come to life and kill us if we put a head on them.
Well, we could at least leave it out of the room. Just in case the door closes again.
Maybe we get a second head if we fix that other pillar.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what it is now. You know, these gods, and for whatever reason, they love their puzzles.
I like puzzles.
Well,
The
I'm
first
not
puzzle
very
you've ever
good
had
at
to
the
do for the
puzzle side.
gods.
Shinov is the Shinov's favorite pastime is to put together puzzles.
I'm not good
She's
at the
a
puzzles,
puzzler.
but I don't mind killing the things that come out when we get them wrong.
She actually, before our shit went down, she actually was running her own escape room.
Jesus Christ. Oops.
Okay. I guess I'll actually carry the skull. I want to bring it in here and I want to like put it on this pillar that's broken, the divination pillar that's broken.
You want to put it on the pillar?
Yeah, I just want to. I'm just gonna set it there.
The divination pillar? You mean just
The broken
pillar that's
pillar.
broken?
The broken
Okay.
pillar.
You put it down on top of it and nothing seems to happen.
I'm gonna look at Xylia and go, can you fix this? Like you fixed that mirror that you broke?
And I pick up the really, like, the biggest bit of the stone pillar and be like, somebody say, where do I put it? Where do you want it?
So, anybody got any glue?
Well, you can mend it, right?
Good.
That takes what, like an hour?
I can mend it.
Roughly,
It would take a long time. I don't know if I could mend it. It says it
Can I
repairs a
sort of
single
try
break or
and
tear in an
balance it?
object you touch, such as a broken chain link, two halves of a broken key, a torn cloak, or a leaking wineskin. It says that the tear or break can be no longer than 1 foot in any dimension.
It would just take a very long time to do, and you'd have to hold the thing in place as you continuously broke like small sections of it.
Can I put my hands on the rock and try to cast guidance on it? And imbue it with divination?
The spell fails,
Damn it.
as the target needs to be a creature.
Big bummer.
Do it to me.
Can I sort of try and
I mean-
balance the big bit of pillar on top of it? Like,
Yeah.
Is there anything noteworthy in this room aside from these pillars? I'm looking at the ceiling, I'm looking at the walls, I'm looking at the ground.
No, the ceiling is a ceiling. The walls appear to be unmarked apart from the doorway.
So I can repair this thing, but it ain't gonna restore the
is-
magic to it.
It is also a fairly dusty room, much like the one you just left.
I'm gonna start scooping that dust up and throwing it outside. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck you, Minotaur skeleton.
Did it look like the Minotaur was like made from the dust?
Yes, that's literally what happened. The dust rose up, coalesced into the form of a minotaur skeleton.
So if we got rid of the dust,
Like if we eat all sorry,
Listen,
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't
ain't
mean to do that.
kidding.
If we eat all the dust.
Yeah,
does anybody
I mean,
have a cleaning spell? You have a spell for everything else.
I'm gonna have
I
thunder
do
step
have
so I can
do
get the
have
fuck rid of
I
it.
have prestidigitation.
Or he just goes around fucking prestidigitating the entire fucking room.
The thing is, I can repair this pillar, but it's not going to restore the magic. It's just going to be a stone pillar. I don't think repairing
An innate
this
piece of rock doesn't exactly help our cause at the moment.
I don't think repairing it's going to be the best thing. Maybe, like Nori said earlier, maybe we have to make it balanced, or
So,
Can you
something
restore
else.
the magic
Out
of
of-
the pillar?
No,
What's that?
Can you restore the
say?
magic of the pillar?
I ain't got nothing for that.
Then how do we balance it?
By destroying another pillar. You said there's 2 necromancy pillars, 1 divination pillar, right?
I feel like they almost have to have
Yes.
it's like balanced, or it has to have a connection in the sense that it's right. So suffering's divination, the end and death are necromancy, and then afterlife. And I didn't know if it was maybe like a crisscrossy thing, like suffering, divination, death, necromancy. So like suffering and death, and then the end brings you to the afterlife. I don't know. And they technically would be crisscrossed. Right, because this one's
Yeah.
divination, this one's
All right.
divination, so they're
I
like
just wanna-
crissy crossies.
I want to check one thing really quick, because I might have gotten something wrong here, which could significantly make this more difficult.
He ruined our puzzle. Chanel's giving us our first clue.
Turns out they're all broken.
No.
Oh.
Oh, it turns out there's another mirror.
So Xylia breaks that one too.
Fuck yes. Nori passes out.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
always.
if he could do with it.
That's all she does. She passes
We actually
out.
just curl up. We actually just curl up and go to sleep. I'm tired of this, guys. Nap time.
Sorry. I did get some of this wrong. So it's still suffering and death. However, the broken pillar is balance, and it's not the afterlife; it's the underworld.
Okay. So it is balance.
Yes.
And
Well,
it's,
it
the
says on the
broken
pillar.
one.
It says yes.
the balance is broken.
And wait, balance is necromancy?
Balance is broken. There's nothing on. There's no magic to it.
Oh, okay.
We don't know what it would have been, but we can assume that it'd be divination if there's 1 divination and 2 necromancy up. Now, we can't restore the magic to the balance pillar, but we could destroy a necromancy pillar and see if that worked.
Lift my hammer straight away. Which one are we getting?
No.
What do you want to do, Nori?
Why y'all over here wanting to destroy all the shit? No.
I'm gonna actually put it in text so I stop needing to
Thank
clarify it.
That would be super,
Well-
super appreciated.
It's not that we want to destroy
Could you like
it. It's
list
just
it
that
on the pillars in the game? Like,
That's
if you just do, like,
exactly.
boop, boop.
Yep.
it just
Oh.
doesn't. We're not going to be able to unless you have a way to restore divination magic to a innate object that's this big. And go for it.
What's the skull? What's the skull radiating?
Divination.
I'm
So
assuming
surely
the skull
been
is
in
for.
here.
I'm assuming the skull is for the headless skeletons
Can you-
outside, and we
can you
need one
make-
from each room.
Yeah, can you make the necromancy ones red? Just because then we know like the. Cute.
Death.
That's not red. That's pink.
Actually, you should do pink because it's easier to read.
Nah, it's
Okay.
fine.
Jesus Christ, roll 20.
Cute.
Okay. What do you think then, Nori? What would you rather do?
I don't think we should. I don't know. I don't feel like we should break shit.
I can spend an hour here trying to repair this pillar, but it's gonna be a pillar with no magic, with no way to get magic back to it.
You say that
Unless
you can
we
imbue
can cast
magic,
magic
into
on
a living
it.
person, right?
Does anybody have
well,
divination
or
magic?
we could imbue. I have a couple
'Cause-
things.
Because if you can do that, why don't one of us just stand on where the balance pillar was, and you can imbue us instead and see if it gives us the.
Eric, go stand there, and we cast guidance on Keothi.
Okay. So Keothi's standing where the pillar is supposed to be, and is
Yep.
currently guided.
Yep, imbued with divination.
She stands there
Okay.
waiting for a minute or two, and nothing seems to happen.
Well, it was worth a shot.
What do you think, Remy? I know you don't like desecrating things and destroying things that don't need to be destroyed. I can't see any other choice here, but I'm also very smooth-brained.
Remy has insight, but I want just a general intelligence check from the three of you
Okay.
to go along with it.
I'm guiding myself.
Okay.
Woo!
Almost no need for it.
I told you. Smooth brain.
A 23, I'll allow. These sound awfully lot like the various portfolios of a god. All four of these. Yes. Maybe. You can give me a religion check to see.
Genove and Oracle.
No.
Religion check. I'm gonna guide myself. Good. Very good. Yeah, I love it.
You think these four are right?
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
In what sense?
She thinks that these are probably Shino's four portfolios.
Oh. You want me to try mend it?
Want me to try and knock down the underworld?
She's not. I feel like she's not.
Suffering for Shinov? Really?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because her whole thing was, "Let not the soul suffer; may they rest in peace."
That's very much an Orgle thing, but that's also that is the
That's
only
why
other
I
one
said
that's
Orgle.
imbued with
That's-
divination magic too. The other are necromancy, but that might be a trick. The mirror was a trick, but that was with abjuration magic.
I said Oracle, and Dea gave me a face like that wasn't the case.
I don't think
Do it.
Oracle.
Pretty sure Orgle
No.
was suffering, no?
No, she doesn't have suffering.
The only other one I could
You-
think of would be Keothi's god then. Who likes
No, I don't think her.
Gracious.
who likes to just inflict misery on people.
The underworld.
Oh no, he doesn't
suffering
want to
and
get them
foul.
suffered. He wants them dead. There's a difference.
Horatius is order, war, violence, and power. He is not.
He's not asked about suffering you. He
Can
just
we-
wants you dead.
Can we get a list of the gods again? Could you read them? I forget
Yes.
the names.
That's not the gods. That's the lesser powers. Cargone, Chandi, Andrash, Shinov, Valkyries, Darnua, Horatius, Zavich, and Orgle.
So Andrash, which one was Andrash again?
Andrash is the god of humor, love, competition, and celebration.
Obviously, suffering, death, the underworld.
Yeah.
Love, right?
Yes.
Remy, what do these sound like to you with your vast knowledge of religion? Yeah.
Shinov doesn't represent suffering, and I don't think any gods do, specifically.
Ooh, so what about the big three? Special
I'm pretty
K,
sure the
special whatever.
I'm pretty sure the big three had all the same portfolios as the new
gods.
gods, just
Yeah.
spread out amongst the new gods.
Should we
From
fuck this
what I
pillar up?
understood. It doesn't look like it belongs. The other three do belong to Shinov, but Shinov's fourth thing is disease.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This
so Keothi
pillar
with her maul.
broken. Yeet.
Do I need to roll anything to smash it to smithereens?
Just give me a strength roll.
Guidance.
Please be a 1.
Fuck. Keothi, you raise your maul up, and as you take this swing, you're thrown off balance by it, and you simply fall over on your side without even hitting the obelisk. You can get up and try again.
I saw it coming.
I am going to try again.
Okay.
I'm even more angry now. Can I rage for that?
You can, but I think that's your last rage of the day if you do.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
It's okay, it's gonna be a nat 20 anyway.
Oh dear. Right.
Jesus Christ. Fucking what?
Ready, and I can't believe that you called that.
Damn it.
13 is more than strong enough as you just shatter this obelisk, and you can see upon shattering it that it is in fact hollow. It probably would have broken with a much lighter tap, but instead you spray stone directly in front of you.
I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I'm holding
Okay.
Sacred Flame.
Xylia, you take 1 damage as you're peppered by small shards of rock.
God damn it, Keothi. It's in my eye.
From
I'm
this,
like...
this shotgun blast of stone towards you. And you can see within the obelisk is another one of these crystal skulls. The divination magic on the pillar fades.
I'll
it was
pick
the
up the
skull all
yeah.
along.
I'll pick up the skull and be like, "Is this what we're looking for?"
I would say most likely.
Meow.
Let's go then. Let's go
Yeah.
put the heads on.
Fuck it.
Okay. Upon walking out, you can see that the skull as well glows with divination magic.
Hell yeah.
So you bring the skulls over to the skeletons? From what I understand? Yeah.
Nori has one, Keothi has the other.
Okay. Nori, are you bringing it over as well?
Shadow and one brings the light.
Good God, what do you want from me, cat? Come here.
Love
What's
and
your cat?
Action, father.
And then she runs
Nope.
away.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so Nori, you're putting the skull on from down at the bottom of the stairs?
I moved over. Calm down,
Okay.
sassy pants.
I'm gonna prepare a firebolt in
Okay.
case anything dangerous appears.
Oh, look, Onyx.
In the corner, licking himself. Nori, you bring the skull and put it over where it would presumably
I
attach
Lion
to the
King
skeleton. And as it approaches, you feel a slight tug, which is then followed
you
by
are
even
approaching.
stronger.
It's a magnet.
I'm sorry, I'm full of memes today.
Apparently. Which is followed by a much stronger tug, which actually yanks the skull out of your hands as it almost magnetically attaches itself to the top of the skeleton statue and just sticks fast.
These weren't the things we needed to be scared of, or probably they are. I guess we'll see. Put that head on, Keothi.
Fireball.
Oh, lady's so small. Look how little she is.
You gonna make some biscuits?
Yeah, the bakery is open.
Finally
want
gonna settle down, I
biscuits.
think.
All right, we got the heads on there.
Yep. So Xylia, you're positioned at the statue, firebolt at the ready,
Well,
and
I'm far enough away from it as to I'll be just up in the middle of both.
okay.
I'll do that. so that I'll block you.
Okay. Fireball at Keothi. That's for the rock in my face.
You hold the skull out towards it as well, and much like with Nori, the skull is yanked out of your hands as you get close enough with it, and it sticks fast to the skeleton. And all around you, the dust in the room starts to be yanked in from the 2 open doors and begins to swirl around the room in general, coalescing in multiple areas. As you can see, seemingly dozens of skeletal forms begin to appear and clamor together in these large groupings. And once again, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative as these massive piles of bones begin to coalesce and move towards each of you.
Sorry, did you say dozens?
Dozens.
Nice.
Oh, I didn't send it to anything, sorry.
It's all good.
I'll re-roll again and put the first one on.
Okay.
Oh no, guard.
Guard is caught off guard by this.
Yeah.
Guard is caught off guard.
As these loud,
oh my god,
swirling masses of what look like they could have been bones but are in fact probably rock begin to swirl around you.
Does my fireball go off?
It will go off at the beginning of combat, yep.
Okay.
Towards your choice of the nearest ones.
Yeah.
That's... And then... Nori, within this... The swarm begins to form up around you, and you are effectively deafened by the clattering noise of these bones rattling against one another and around you. Thankfully, they are very fast. Oops, other way.
Quick knowledge question.
Yep.
These are skeletons. My Hex and I think Eldritch Blast both do... No, Eldritch Blast is force. My Hex does necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Skeletons absorb necrotic damage, don't take as much damage when it's necrotic. It doesn't matter. They heal from it.
You can make me an Arcana check real quick to reflect on that.
Woo.
As far as you're aware, skeletons have no association with necrotic damage. There's no resistance or otherwise to it.
Weakness. Okay, cool. Good to know.
You know some undead do, but they're typically more the type of undead that are not soul slaved.
Makes sense.
So from the top, Xylia, why don't you go ahead and give me that quick firebolt?
So that doesn't take the action for my turn, right?
No, that's your reaction.
Sweet.
Which you'll get back.
Oh, I'm doing it to the one that's right next to Nori too.
The one that's on top of Nori, or the one that's next to her?
The one that's on top of Nori.
Okay. So you
just
slam,
surrounded by bones.
You fire off a firebolt into the swarm of skeletons, and it seems to burn away some of the dust, turning it back into I guess dust instead of this rock formation. But it seems like there's a lot of shit going around, so it clearly doesn't seem to have as much of an effect as you might have wanted.
Okay.
And now it's actually your turn.
I'm gonna run over to Nori.
Okay.
And get right next to her and just say, "Trust me." I'm gonna grab Nori's hand and I'm thunder stepping the fuck out of there.
You sweet summer child.
So that's gonna be 2 con saves.
Oh my god.
Fuck yes.
That's a lot of
fucking damage. Yeah, hell yeah.
So the one you're inside can't possibly hope to stand against that whatsoever and takes the full 20. as you just see like a cloud of dust erupt from this massive construct of skeletons. The other one does manage to hold fast against it, only taking 10 damage.
Sweet.
But you do yank Inori with you if she moves with you out of the swarm.
Yep. I went
Nori?
straight down.
Do you want to continue hanging out in there, or do you want me to move you?
Oh, sorry. Boop.
There you go.
There you go.
Anything else, Xylia?
No, I'm good.
Wait, this... Hold on. I think I got one wrong. I did get one wrong. There is not this one, sorry. It's...
Just
this.
another scaly swarm, right?
Yeah, not a juggernaut.
Oh, thank God.
There. Okay. Nori, that brings us to you.
As we thunder step out of the way, me being frazzled from being within a pile of bones, I take a finger up to my ear and kind of reet, because that was pretty loud. Wince a little bit and go, holy shit! And then I'm gonna hex the skeletal swarm that looks weak.
Okay.
So I cast hex. I want to give it disadvantage on.
Sorry,
I
the
don't
one
know.
that's around Remy right now?
No,
Oh,
this
that
one.
one.
The
Okay,
one that
okay.
was
Yeah.
in. I don't know what to give it disadvantage on though for its ability. Strength.
Okay.
So let me cast hex. Oh wait, what? Why did it? Anyways, I'm taking it away from my level 2 spell slot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pew pew fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts at it.
Okay.
1, 2. And I don't think that this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so
I
it
just
adds
want-
the +4.
Yeah, it's already in there.
Yeah, because of my agonizing blast, right? That's what that's for.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then also on top of that, my hex adds,
Another D6.
and it would be 2 of them, right?
Yes, per hit.
Okay.
Good
Like
shit.
2d6 per hit or 1d6 per hit, right?
1d6 per hit.
Okay.
Ooh. Good
Not
shit.
bad. For 21 damage.
And I don't have anything else that adds anything else, right? It's just my agonizing blast and then my hex adds. I think that's it.
Yep.
Okay.
I think if you still had your bonus action, if you took it, you'd have Agonizing Hex as well. But I don't remember
Wait,
if
what
you
do
took
you
that or
mean?
not.
I don't think I took that. I have.
Okay.
I think
It's
I
like
have
the
what?
men-
Oh,
it's like the
maddening hex.
Yes, that's the one. But you don't have your bonus action because you just cast Hex.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I can do it on the
But you
next one.
could-
That's what I was
yeah.
missing. I was like, wait, I'm pretty sure there's a couple little extra damage I can do, but yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay.
So yeah, you fire back some Eldritch Blasts into this swarm, and you can see fully built skeletons sort of swarming around inside of it get blasted into dust and ash. And it's looking far less healthy than it did. Remy's
I'm
gonna go.
back up.
Oh.
Can I? These doors are open.
Yeah.
I'm boop.
Fuck, that's a good idea.
And hide.
Okay. On Remy's turn, Remy is going to step out of the swarm towards the center here. And you know what? Remy's going to slam down a moonbeam, I think.
Moon.
Moon. And I think moonbeam is... I want to say it's an action. But I could be wrong. Yes. Okay. So moonbeam. And that's... There we go. Now I can actually see... Okay, it's a 5-foot radius, so grab attack templates. Blah, 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 blah. Put that there. And I think that's at the start of its turn it takes the damage.
That's a cool fucking effect.
And that's going to be Remy's turn this round, which brings us to Keothi.
Okay, I have a quick question. It says that when I'm raging, I have resistance to all damage except psychic damage.
Yep.
Does that half it?
Yeah, resistance halves the damage you take.
Okay then. Cos. Where is that? Yeah. Because that's the totem spirit one.
Mm-hmm. Raging normally as a barbarian gives you resistance to bludgeoning, slashing, and piercing damage, but being a bear totem barbarian makes it all damage except psychic.
Okay.
If you have if you get resistance from multiple sources, you can only ever have the damage. You can't like quarter it because you have multiple instances of resistance.
Well, I'll rage.
Okay. Keothi gets angry.
I get angry and I shout to Xylia, would you just motherfucking enlarge me? These are huge.
That they are.
And I'm going to... I think they've got it under control, that side, so I'm going to come down here and I'm going to attack... Oh, it's gone all slow again. I'm going to attack this skelly boy right next to me. With
and give me them rolls.
Shifting pole arm again. More.
Okay. The 11 doesn't hit. Or, sorry, are you attacking recklessly or are you just simply attacking? Recklessly gives them advantage on their attacks you, but you get advantage on attacks against them.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So you'll hit with both then. For 10, 13, or plus 13 is 23. For a metric shitload of damage, as you just start swinging into these bodies, you can see dust flying out on either side. More of those kind of like rocky shrapnel blowing in and destroying even more skeletons within. This swarm is already almost fallen apart.
You got this, guys! I believe in you! And that's that.
Okay. The skeletal swarms will begin to coalesce on all of you. The one that you've just attacked, Keothi, is going to swarm onto you, and you can no longer hear if anybody's responded to you. And is going to slash twice at you from the skeletons within. It does have advantage on it. Or sorry, it's going to slash once. That is. So for 16 to hit and 10 damage, slashing damage. I don't know why that's not in there.
That's 5, isn't it, for me?
Yeah.
Yep, just 5. The other swarm up here is going to attempt to engulf Remy, which it can. And he's now deafened as it attempts to attack him. And doesn't hit because Remy has paladin armor, which is just busted ass fuck, but that's okay because that's what a paladin's supposed to be. This one's going to attempt to descend and engulf Xylia. So Xylia, it will make an attack at you. 23 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. So you take 5 damage, and I'll need a concentration check from you for detect magic, which is a con save.
Yeah. Gone.
No more detect magic. The swarm next to guard is going to first take the moonbeam damage, depending on its roll. Con save. Fails it miserably.
Get wrecked.
Takes 12 damage.
Yeah.
And it's going to engulf guard. Guard will get attacked. And it will miss. And the last one is going to move right past Remy, over Xylia, through Xylia, and to Nori, proccing attack of opportunity, but having to dash to get there. If you want to take an attack of opportunity, Xylia.
Yeah. There's no reason not to, right?
Not unless you have your reaction for something else, but these are skeletons, so you can probably safely assume they won't be casting spells.
Yeah, I'll take it. How do I do it? Just a normal attack?
Just attack with whatever weapon you have.
What, with
Any
like
melee attack.
Oh, okay. Fuck it, my dagger then.
Unfortunately, does not connect.
Yeah.
As you're currently you were surrounded briefly by 2 skeleton swarms, and the clatter of it was just simply too deafening.
Okay.
That will bring us though to guard. Guard from within his swarm. Let me see, what does he have? He was supposed to fight you guys, not things with you guys.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Senezal's Archivists can make friends with anyone.
Apparently.
40,000-year-old robot? No problem.
Best friends.
The chamber is filled with this loud, exploding sound as guard casts shatter on both the swarm that Keothi's fighting and the swarm that he's within. And despite the fact that you're all currently deafened, you're more than capable of hearing that noise as it rises even over the deafening clatter of that. And I'll need both swarms to make con saves, and guard to roll shatter. The swarm he's in succeeds, taking only 7 damage. And the one Keothi is fighting explodes into dust and is no more. And that will be guard's turn. Xylia, you are up.
In rendition of Roll the Bones by Rush.
I'm gonna I'm gonna move. I know I'll probably proc an opportunity of attack if I move here, right?
Yes, because you would be leaving the swarm that you're currently in.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll take a swipe at you. The weaken slash for 14 to hit.
Hits, but I'm gonna use a reaction to cast shield.
Okay.
And then for my action, I'm gonna cast lightning bolt directly in front of me to hit all 3 of them.
Ooh, smart. Okay.
Yeet.
At level 3.
So they all need to make.
Oh shit! All right, GG, son.
God damn.
Oh well, 2 of them
The
saved, but that's
weakened-
still good damage, right?
The weakened one takes the brunt of it and just explodes into burnt dust and ash. And I'll just move that up here for visibility's sake. The one directly in front of you manages to dodge a decent amount of the damage, but nowhere near enough. Taking a decent chunk out of that one. The one that guard is fighting also dodges, but also gets ripped to shreds by this plasma lance that explodes from your hands.
Then I will use the rest of my 10 feet to get next to Nori.
Okay.
I'm
That's
gonna come through. What the
You
heck
look-
was that? That
You
just
look
flew
like you're-
past me.
Yeah,
Do you look
Keothi's
like
the
you're
only one who could actually
intentioning to
physically
do
see
something, or no? Like you're are you playing a thunder step again? If not, I don't know, man.
Xylia
No,
passing
no.
through the skeleton. Do you pass right through the swarm to get to that side?
No, I could get around it, I think. With the
You
10
can only
feet.
go like
Oh,
there.
well,
That'd be
You
fuck
can only
it.
15.
go like here.
I'll go there then. That's fine.
Okay. All right,
I'll
no
get there.
problem. Nori, that brings us to you.
Well, shit. I will take a little peek-see real quick. All right, there's a big old flaming circle right there. Cool. I haven't seen this yet because I've been walked by that door.
It's not a flaming circle. You can see
it's
from
the
the ceiling
moonbeam
just
thing,
a
right?
beam of white
Yeah.
light is slamming into the ground.
Cool. Well, I know that that thing died, so I guess I'll use my bonus action to swap my hex over to the big ol' bony
shit.
boys here.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I don't want to leave my squishy friend here alone, so I'll move my hex there and I'll do the same thing. I'll cast 2 Eldritch Blasts.
You get out of the swarm.
I guess I'll stay in it? I don't know, man.
It's up to you.
I don't know this. I will get out of it. My metagaming brain tells me not to because you're asking me about it, but I will not do that, and Nori would not want to be in a big old pile of bones.
Fair enough. Upon leaving the swarm sphere of influence, it does get an attack of opportunity on you.
Yeah, okay,
And will
cool,
attempt to
cool.
slash, but misses.
56 damage.
Jesus,
Am I
could you
dying?
imagine?
No.
Yeah, literal KO. Okay,
Dude, I could
then will
imagine
do
after
I
what you
was
did to
gonna
fucking
do.
Remy.
It's true. Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Yes,
So those
thanks.
both have disadvantage, but still hit, despite
Wait, why is
everything.
it disadvantage?
Because it's a
'cause
ranged
I'm
spell
right next
attack, and
to
you're
it.
yep. Those hex rolls suck, but at the end of the day, I mean, you still dealt considerable
21.
damage.
Yeah.
21 damage to this thing as you again shred more of this the dust.
21 damage, and I didn't use any spell slots, so I'm just saying.
Yep. I told you,
Ugh.
Warlock is surprisingly reliably big boom damage.
Well, and it'll be good too once I can actually use my fucking maddening hex, right? Because then that
Yeah.
adds even more damage, so.
Yep. Anything else, Nori? You do know now that it
Shit,
can't take
no.
another attack of opportunity, so if you wanted to book it and leave
That's
Xylia for dead.
True. Well, I wouldn't leave him for dead. He'll be able to kill this thing in the next turn.
You hope.
I'll stay
Kill
because
some folks.
we're friends. Boy howdy.
Fuck yeah. Two
Also, it
squishy
also
boys
keeps,
together.
Still small.
also keeps me hidden from the other skeletal masses in the other room. So I'd rather fight one than draw attention to the other two. So
Yeah, true.
I stay here.
Okay. That brings us to Remy, who will. I think Moonbeam still requires an action to move it, doesn't it? Oh, that's Misty Step. Oops. Moonbeam. Yes. Okay. So Remy will again move the Moonbeam to be on top of the skeletal swarm that Guard is fighting, and that will be Remy's turn as he can't hear shit. Keothi, you're up.
I can't. That I'm still small.
What?
I didn't hear any
You
of
cut
that.
out a whole bunch.
I said I can't help but notice that I'm still small.
Technically, Xylia would have been able to hear you the first time you said that, anyways. So
Well, I don't know that.
fair.
Busy. I'm gonna go after the one that's got Remy because I want my blue boy to be out, and I'm gonna
Okay.
save him, and I'm gonna recklessly attack because these things are piss water anyway. Oh, that's the wrong thing. My mouse went. Ignore that.
For a 20 and a 21, both hit for 11 and 10, another 21 damage. You just fucking obliterate like more than half of the skeletons in this swarm with 2 swings. Just
Get
sending
you, Remy!
You can see Remy's just covered in dust at this point. His once blue skin is more like this like chalk gray. Is that anything else, Keothi? Nope.
I think
Okay.
so.
The swarm will go then. All of them appear to be weakened now. Yes. And they will all make attacks, or at least the one Remy's currently in will attack him for 21 to hit. For only 10 damage though. And he'll have to make a concentration check.
My blue
And fails it.
boy.
Losing Moonbeam. The one on guard will attack guard, which will fail, and the other one will engulf both Xylia and Nori, but will attack Xylia.
We're getting a hug.
Oh no. For a 20 to hit Xylia.
We're getting a bony skelly hug. It's like when one of your grandparents gives you a hug. What?
Yeah, that just hits. I
Oh
can't do
my
anything about that one.
one.
So, oof, okay.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, it did.
Guard will go, and Guard is going to... He's just going to back out of the swarm and eat the attack of opportunity. Possibly. Yep, that's a hit on... Or is it? No, it's not. Sorry, that does not hit Guard.
Guard's a beefy boy.
That can't be right.
Guard
I
is
have that wrong.
motherfucking Chef Boy RD.
No, sorry. Yeah, he's got an AC of 22.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah,
How the fuck were we meant to fight God?
you could still hit 22. It's just a lot harder.
Oh god.
He doesn't deal a lot of damage per hit. That's the
Yeah,
difference.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
We're supposed to fight him, and yet here he is.
Oh,
and he's going to
boy.
burn his last level 2 spell slot to cast another shatter on the 2 skeleton swarms that they're fighting over there. There we go. And they need to make their constitution saves. Boop boop. Both passing, so unfortunately they don't take the full damage. So they each take 6. And again, the entire chamber is filled with booming sound once more that rocks the entire place and makes dust fall from the ceiling. But that's going to be Guard's turn as we move on to Xylia.
So I have a question. I don't want to do it per se, but I'm interested. Because this is like a skeleton swarm. Is it still classed as one?
It's one creature
Okay.
for the purposes of like a spell's description.
And we're inside the swarm right now too, right?
Yeah.
Does that mean we can't see out of the swarm?
You can see out of it, you just can't hear anything from outside of it.
Fucking good positioning. And I know now that if I step out there, I still
You've
get
seen
hit.
it strike both you and Nori from stepping out of its influence. Although it did just strike Nori, meaning I don't think it...
Yeah.
Oh, no, it does have the... Yeah, it's been its turn since, so yeah, it does have the ability to do so.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it gets its reaction back.
I'm gonna play it safe. I'll stay in next to Nori,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna cast 4 magic missiles at it from inside.
Okay. You have
Oh,
no
3.
disadvantage in
3,
doing
3.
so.
Whatever the level 1 is.
Yep. So go ahead and make your rolls
I'll take it.
for 10 damage. The swarm appears to be on its last limbs.
Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay,
Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah, yeah.
ay, ay, ay.
Ay, ay,
Ay, ay.
ay.
Who gives it 10 subs?
Yeah, I can't do anything else as a reaction or anything, so I'll end my turn there.
Right. Nori, that brings us to you.
Nori turns to Xylia and tries to yell, "This is really loud!" But you
Xylia
probably
can't even
can't
hear
hear.
it.
I'm like, "This is really loud." Fuck it. And she moves forward one. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast, but I'm only gonna cast one initially. Can I do that? And then I can pick if I want the other one to hit something else after.
You can't see anything else currently, so no. You can only, unlike attacking and then moving, Eldritch Blast it's cast when you cast it, so both
That's
beams are
fine. This
shot
is really loud. Fuck you, skeleton bones. I'm gonna step out of it. I'm gonna cast an
God.
Eldritch Blast.
out. So it'll make a slash
Add
at
it.
you for 17 to hit as you step out.
I don't care anymore. Fuck you, skeletons. I'm tired of this. I'm tired. I'm grumpy.
Does
I'm
that hit?
33 health still. Yeah, it does.
Okay, so
I
then
just
you'll
took
need to make me a
damage.
concentration check too.
Oh. Ooh.
That's a Constitution save.
Yeah. And Hex disappears.
Ugh. All right, now I'm really pissed. I'm just gonna cast both Eldritch Blasts into this motherfucker. I don't even care.
All right.
Fuck you,
Roll the hit.
skeleton. Fuck you, you big ol' ass hat. Fuck you. I don't know why there's that 13 on the second one. What's happening?
it-
Oh,
it-
because I
Nat 20
technically
on
was
the
critted.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually got 2
The-
nat 20s if I had advantage on those, but that's fine.
The first blast obliterates the skeletons, and you just explode more dust into the air all around you.
Sounds good. Fuck this guy.
Can we hear now?
You can hear.
I'm just gonna go, what?
Fuck that guy.
I agree.
And then I'm actually gonna back up again.
Yeah.
Okay. Remy is going to just, you know what? He's just going to longsword attack the one that's currently enveloping him, twice. And actually, you know what? He'll hit this one once, and this one just collapses back into dust, and then he will spin around, no longer deafened, and strike the one behind him, for another 12 damage. And that will bring us to you, Keothi.
Sounds like they're
And we
doing
all
really
know I'm
well.
finishing him off.
All right, so you run down and attack it.
Yeah.
For-
Just in case I need the second one, which it doesn't matter anyway because I failed that.
No, because you have advantage since you're recklessly attacking.
That is true.
You hit it with the first one though, and the dust explodes out into a plume all around you, and then slowly dissipates back on the ground, where it just congeals into a mass of dust.
It's
Good
safe
shit.
in here, guys. You can come back.
What?
Get your ass in here.
Yeah, it's like being at a concert for a long period of time. Like you're hearing still to like ringing.
The ringing in your ears.
Returning into the room,
I walk in limping.
the area
What
doesn't
happened
seem
to
to have
you?
changed, and as the dust settles back on the floor, you see both crystal skulls on the skeletons just slowly slip off of their mounts and land on the ground.
Huh? Oh fuck, maybe they meant for the hands.
Now, you think of this.
You didn't
You're
fucking
the
think of
smart
it.
one.
No, I'm not.
You're the smart one.
No, I'm really not.
Question. Can I cast Hex on a teammate? Yeah. Can I cast Hex on a teammate and not pick them to have disadvantage at something?
No.
What did you want to do?
Sorry, I'm trying to big brain game this because I can hold Hex as a concentration for up to 8 hours now.
Oh.
Yes, but
And
you can only
I-
reassign the target if your target dies.
Oh, it has to die.
Yes.
Yo, got any more of those diamonds?
I see. If the target drops to 0 hit points. I see. Okay.
Just kill your teammate as soon as you get into combat, so you can reassign next. Come here, Xylia.
No, that would actually be. You know what? Oh my god,
Blood
like a
sacrifice.
like a necromantic warlock. Hex one of your skeletons that you could raise or something.
Ooh.
Sacrifice it at the beginning of battle.
That's clever as
to swap your hex over. That'd be kind of cool.
Wait, could you hex the familiar?
You could cast it on your you could cast it on your familiar and then
that's
just
what I was gonna
your
say.
familiar.
Honestly, that's what my thought was for a little bit, but Nori wouldn't do that. Like that's hella fucked.
Also, there's not much point in doing that, purely because it takes the same time to cast it as it does to reassign it, and then.
But what I'm thinking is if you take a short rest, so if you use your spell slots to cast Hex, take your short rest, read up your spell slots, but you still have Hex going, then you can refresh your spell slots. Does that make sense? Because then when you shift it over, you wouldn't have to use your spell slot to cast Hex again. So it would be used situationally in like a short rest.
Right, I see what you mean. Yes, there is still the matter that you'd have to concentrate on Hex the entire time, and you wouldn't be free to use any. You wouldn't be free to use guidance, for instance.
Ooh.
It's fine. It's literally half the time it's a fucking D4, and it's better if I just say I'm helping them with this because it gives them advantage. Like, so.
Except you can always provide guidance to somebody who's already being helped by somebody else.
Yeah, but when are the situations going to be where that we're gonna be like? There's not gonna be that many situations where that D4 is going to like.
You'd be surprised.
But there's too many. Uncertainties, because they could also just roll a fucking 1 on it, and maybe that does shit, so.
Yep. Anyways,
sorry, just thinking about stuff. Yeah.
Yo, got any more of those healing things?
Well, I was gonna say, before we put these skulls in those hands, do we want to sit down and take a little breaky poo?
Yeah, I mean, I could do with some healing, man. Like,
I get both my spell slots? Do I get both my spell slots back with a short rest?
Yep.
And is it as many times as I take a short rest in a day, or is it only once per day?
It's as many times as you take a short rest, but you're typically capped to up to 2 short rests in a day.
Makes sense. Give me 1 second.
So for me as well, with a short rest, because I have Arcane Recovery.
You can only use that once per day. That's part of the Arcane Recovery trait.
And it's what, half your level or something in spell levels, or?
Yeah, I've never used it, so.
It's very useful if you do take short rests often.
Especially now that we have a warlock and a wizard in the party, I see many short rests in our future.
So equal to or less than half your wizard level rounded up.
So you're level 5, so that's two spell levels worth of spells. So either 1 level 2 or 2 level 1s.
Wouldn't it be
3
if it's
3.
rounded up?
Yeah, 3 because it's rounded up.
Okay, easy. Yeah, that's fucking good.
I'm gonna look at the group and be like, well, I'm gonna say break before we try this again.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And then I'm gonna slap my hand on Xylia's back and cast Cure Wounds. Might as well empty out all the spell slots before we go into this rest, right?
Hey, thanks. Hey,
so
you like that? You like that little jump thing that we did?
That was loud, but not as loud as the skeleton. So yes, but that was
It was very loud.
That whole battle, I was sitting there thinking, I don't have any way to get away from anything, and that's sad.
Yeah.
So, yep.
After that, I also didn't.
Big oof. Here's 10 health.
Thanks. I'm healthy again. So,
Good
let me clarify. So, for this Arcane Recovery thing, is it 3 spell slots in any level?
It's 3. It's a total. So you could take you could get back a level 1 and a level 2 because they equal 3.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. They're not going to give you too much. So you could get 1/3 level spell slot or a 1 and a 2. It gets better when you get higher.
As you get higher too, it's worth noting that you can't recover any spell that's level or
6
higher
or
than
higher.
level 5.
Yeah.
Or 6 or yeah. So
Yeah,
any
higher than 5. Fuck it, I'll just do 1 level 3 then. Oh. Do we heal from a short rest at all?
You can.
use
You
hit
can
dice.
spend hit dice in order to heal yourself.
Yeah.
Which Remy and Guard are both going to do.
I will also do that. What do I roll?
But
There's underneath your hit points. There's a box that says hit dice.
Oh.
You
And
can
you can-
pick however many you want.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Oh,
You can pick
oops,
however
I
many?
Went up to...
You can
Like,
pick.
however many
So
hit dice.
you currently have 5 hit dice total, and you recover half of your hit dice every time you take a long rest.
Oh, okay.
I'll do that then.
That's
How's
interesting.
Remy
I'll just use
after
1.
you guys? Yeah. Oh, okay. Remy's
So
good,
does that
right?
mean I gain 12?
Oh.
That's good then.
Yeah, you
considering I
get
was
12 HP back.
So
And
you guys, does everybody look topped up?
I'll have to see
Almost.
about Guard, but
Oh,
he's
no.
not that.
You did
down
the
to begin
opposite,
with.
Keothi. So the
No, I was
total
on
you have to
37
manually adjust, right?
Guard's fine.
Yeah, you just go in and type it in.
Okay, sweet. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much
There we
topped
go.
off. I'm fairly healthy now.
I'm happy to be where I am.
Oh,
We did it. Well, we did the wrong thing. It's this whole chamber's all been doing the opposite of what it seems like we're supposed to do.
yeah.
Big brain.
So maybe
That's
I
because
mean
me and Xylee
I didn't realize that Shinobu was the goddess of fucking trickery over here. Like, I don't know what's going
Right?
on.
So I think maybe the hands crush the stone. It feels like it could crush anything. Do you think maybe we need to crush the skull?
I'm so scared that we're gonna crush the skull and then it's gonna be like, well, if you lost and you can't go any further. But probably, right? It's supposed to be the opposite. Like,
Yeah.
stupid brain is like, oh, we just put the skulls on top of the thing. But then, like, big brain would be like, well, we don't want them to be crushed by these hands. But then it's like, maybe we do.
Fuck it. Should we try it?
Also,
Aren't
y'all
gems
mind if I
stronger
just
than
take,
rock?
like, for ritual casting, it's just, you just add 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it'd be an
never
hour
mind.
and 10 minutes for Find Familiar.
Big bummer, yeah, never mind. My bunny's not worth that much, I don't think.
Can I? No, never mind. Wait, ritual casting doesn't take a spell slot, right?
Nope.
No, it does not.
So even if I have 0 level 1 spells left, I can still ritual cast a level 1 spell.
Yes.
I'll ritual cast detect magic then, since it's only 10 minutes.
Okay. So you take another 10 minutes to ritually cast Detect Magic again,
Hell
and the
yeah.
chamber once more lights up. And you can see where the dust has piled up in larger quantities, that you can see there is actually a little bit of necrotic magic radiating from the dust itself. The skeleton statues themselves still radiate necrotic, the door still radiates abjuration, and the skulls still radiate divination, as well as the hands.
Yeah, we gotta go do the hands. They're both divination. And divination's been the good choice so far for everything. Kinda gotta ignore the necrotic and let it do its thing down here, it seems.
Yep, I can't think of any other solution. Let's get this done. Boop.
I'd take one and place it in the left one.
That boop
Okay.
noise was me placing it in one of the hands.
Okay. When you place the skull in the hand slowly
Tickles it.
settles. No,
Oh, okay.
settles with the weight of it, and then clutches it and crushes it. And when it
Yep.
crushes it, unlike because it's comprised of all those gemstones, you would have expected to just shatter and fall apart. But in this case, it all turns into this fine powdery mist, or dust rather, and flows towards the main door.
Our noses.
In
No.
a streak.
Sorry, what?
a little bit of god cocaine.
Yeah. Y'all ever had some god cocaine before?
Plus 99 to everything forever.
Yeah.
And
Just rave music starts playing in the background and you don't know what's
Hey, we got a
happening.
bard now.
The crystalline dust from both hands flow towards the door into small holes that are barely perceptible to the eye, and simply seems to disappear into the door. shortly after, there's a rumbling sound, and the doors begin to swing open towards you.
What does it look like through the door?
You shall see in
Disney World.
just a second.
Disney World. Oh,
We're going-
God.
We're going to the deadest place on earth.
Oh,
Oh my
no,
God.
it's the fucking... Oh, no.
Within is just a
Why is
very large open chamber.
Why did the turn order just pop up?
I just deleted the things that
Oh,
were in
God,
the turn
okay.
order.
You have to fight Shinove.
Yeah.
You have to fight Shinove.
Maybe a long rest would have been
Within
better.
is not so much a tomb as much as it looks like one of those Geardoon stasis pods. And you can see laying within it is the body of a Kotoro woman with long black hair, wearing a white, almost a dress, simply laying down in it, possibly asleep by the looks of it.
It's a stasis pod?
Yes. It's open, so it's not. It doesn't have like that liquid that normally goes with the stasis pods you've seen so far. And on the side of it are a couple hooks that seem to be holding a long, maybe 5-foot pole made out of steel.
Ooh, grabby hands.
Do you run up and grab it?
No.
What is
Okay.
detect magic showing?
I'm trying to exercise self-control.
Detect magic shows the stasis pod is radiating various forms of magic, mostly necromancy and what's the other one? Not evocation. Abjuration. Yeah. The staff is radiating necromancy as well.
Okay.
And yeah, that's really it in terms of magic in the room. The only other thing worth noting is the back wall, rather than stone like every other part of this area, appears to be this almost like black tile work that is these like this like almost diamond looking pattern all across the black wall. Back wall. Black wall? It's a black back wall.
Black wall.
Yes.
And there's nothing else in the room. That's
As far as you can tell, that seems to be it.
Does she
I'm
look
gonna
like...
tentatively take some steps forward.
Yeah. Does she look like asleep?
Ooh.
Asleep?
You'd have to get closer to really check.
Fuck it, I'll quietly
Does she look like
get
a
close.
mummy?
No. It looks like she could be sleeping.
Yeah, I'm gonna check.
Okay. You gonna like check for a pulse, or are you gonna...
I ain't touching shit. I just wanna maybe check for breathing.
Okay. Make me a medicine check.
Oh god, I'm so
Did you
okay.
say oh, you're visually checking for breathing. You're not. Okay.
Well, I was even thinking like holding my hand over the nose mouth area to see if I could feel any breathing and stuff.
True.
You can feel a little bit of like hot warmth just radiating from the body itself.
Yo, we about to wake up.
Not to mention the feeling of air passing over your fingers, holding them close enough to her nose.
My fingers still smell like chalky beef, by the way. It's not a smell you can wash
Keothi-
out.
Did they
would
tell us
be-
anything? Did they tell us anything about like don't wake her up or like don't fucking touch shit?
They didn't say shit.
They didn't say shit.
anything.
About this fucking place.
Keothi's
They
the
know
only
who
one
I
with
am, right? So they know.
Keothi's the only one with passive perception high enough to notice that the back wall is not flat. It is a little bit rounded towards the center and seems to have a crease that runs in like a semicircle all the way at the bottom of it.
Like another door.
No.
Like it opens
Like
up.
something would slot into it.
No, like it's almost like it sticks out a little bit as this like ridge that seems like imperfect compared to the rest of it. That it goes from almost from one side all the way to the other.
I'll point it out to the others. Have you seen the ridge over there?
Can you re-describe that visually? Because my brain's not painting a picture of what you're trying to convey to us.
The back wall is not perfectly flat. It seems to come out in like almost like a convex dome, very, very slightly, not by much. And the bottom of it appears to be this like almost ridge texture running
Purposefully.
from yeah, as far as you can tell.
Does it look man-made?
You can, what would that be? I guess investigation check.
Not great.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
I'll try.
You think probably not man-made, Keothi.
Okay.
The more you look at it, the less natural it looks, but it doesn't look like it was chiseled by anything.
Does it look like it could have happened if there was some kind of like shifting, like moving of rock? You know, like a giant.
It doesn't look like rock.
Is there any kind of magical energy to it?
Nothing. Detect magic is returning absolutely nothing to you.
I'm gonna go touch it.
Okay. You touch it and the entire chamber rumbles.
Oh no!
And the sort of domed effect just recedes entirely and is replaced by a giant golden eye staring back at you. As the whatever this is rustles slightly, and you can hear a rumbling, almost like something large waking up and taking in a startled breath of air.
It was an eye. It was an eye.
Oh, the ridge. The ridge was the eyelid. Oh, okay.
And the eye quickly looks between all of you, but doesn't otherwise move. And you can hear in Cortoro, emanating from somewhere deeper behind this wall, which is clearly not a wall. You smell like the heart of hearts. Why are you here? Or our heart of hearts, rather.
Our heart of hearts. We smell like Shinove? We smell like, what's our heart of hearts? Do we know? Does it sound? No?
Does it ring any kind? No.
No.
What is the heart of hearts?
Our heart of hearts.
What is that?
Kara's first love.
Oh, we smell like Chandi. Darnua. I don't remember.
It'd be a different name.
I'm saying their normal names. We smell like.
You
blah,
don't
blah,
know
blah.
their normal names.
They never told us their normal names?
No,
Oh.
they intentionally did not tell you their normal names as much as they possibly could.
Boof.
They used the names that you knew for them so they didn't fuck up history in the future.
The two female
and
lover
which one's
goddesses.
the one again? Which one's it's Chandi? No, it's Darnua.
Yes.
The big beefy one. Yeah. I'll be like, they didn't tell us their name, but Shay, what's her name? Shay what? Shay
Novia?
Shay Novia's wife goes by Chandi now. Yep.
Not Chandi. Jesus Christ.
Darnua, I keep mixing it up. I'm sorry.
The eye just slowly pans over the room, looking at all of you. And why are you here?
Trying to get home.
Home? What do you mean? Why would you come here to come home?
Back to our time. We went back into the past on accident, and then...
Well, technically on purpose. Like, Shino wanted us to go there.
Yeah, but we did it by accident. It was purposefully from Shino, but we didn't fucking know we were going back in the fucking past.
Mm-hmm.
We learned things, and we have to go stop a big thing in the future. We're trying to get back to where we're from.
One of the dragon thingies. I think this thing knows what the dragon soul nonsense is.
Weapons.
You're saying Shay Novia sent you back in time.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you're back where you belong then. It has been many, many millennia since she walked the earth. I now sleep and guard my Kara.
Who are you?
What does that mean?
I am Vanga, Kara of Shaynovia.
How do you spell Kara? Can you spell that for me?
Kaara.
What is it?
And you guys can all make me a history check since you did just learn a whole lot about their cultures.
I'm guiding myself.
Okay. Both Keothi and Nori, from your brief lessons on Kortoro culture, you know that a Kara is a sort of a bond between a Kortoro and a one of the dragons in their leadership caste. Typically, only the most accomplished Kortoro create these bonds with the dragons themselves, which is sort of like almost like a marriage ceremony without the implied romance, I guess. But it's once bound, they can never be unbound. And this ceremony is magically binding in a way that allows them to share a lot of their power with each other.
So this is you? Asleep?
No, that is Shay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
They're two individual entities. They just they share magic and are BFFs.
A way to describe it.
So she's not dead?
No.
She's just taking a real long nap. Out of her own body. She's taking a long out-of-body nap.
She's doing that plane thing.
Her soul no longer resides within her body, but she is not dead.
What happens if her body gets hurt? I'm not implying I'm gonna do anything. I'm just asking, because it seems
She dies.
Okay, and you are here to protect it. You're not today, fam.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here to
That's
prevent
good.
grave robbers. I'm the final line of defense.
Do you know who the dead guy is out there?
An unworthy visitor.
What made him unworthy?
He didn't belong here.
Do we belong here?
By the fact that you've made it this far, I'd say so. Though I still don't know what your purpose is here exactly.
To be honest,
If you made
I
it
don't
this
even think we know what our purpose is right now.
If you made it this far, I can only assume that Shay intended for you to make it here.
Yeah. So
You have nothing to gain by staring at her body.
I'm not looking at her body. I'm looking at your giant, huge eye.
I'm looking respectfully at her
the
body.
booba. She do got booba.
My post here is eternal. I will not leave here, and I have nothing really of any value to share.
Is this your eye?
The eye just blinks at you.
Where's
Yes.
Yeah, this is a giant ass dragon.
Where's
He's
the-
laying,
where's the
he's
other
laying in
eye?
the rock. On the other side of his head?
You hear a rumbling, and you see the
I wanna
eye
see.
retreat slowly from
Yes.
this.
Does he
Yes.
turn
wall.
around? He turns around to show your other
You can hear loud footsteps coming from beyond this. Basically, it's just darkness beyond this wall, as deep as it is. And you can see deep within it something massive moving as just shapes.
What does it look like? Or can I not tell?
From this distance, it's hard to tell, but you can definitely make out black scales and what appear to be large wings curled up around a much larger body. It is simpler for me to see.
Dragon.
if I put my eye up to the oculus.
Yeah.
Size-wise, what does he look like?
You.
What does he look like comparatively to the Dragon Soul weapon?
Larger.
Much
Much larger.
Yeah. So, if we're meant to be here and she led us here, maybe it was to speak with you. Do you have any knowledge or...
He could help us.
I
No, he
cannot
said he won't
leave.
leave.
Bigger than.
He won't leave.
We could trick it into getting here, and then
I
you could
don't
kill
think-
it.
What would happen
Also,
if...
We don't want to bring danger towards one of the gods.
What would happen if the soul came back to the body? Is that
Her
something that's...
body would be annihilated. Her soul is far too massive for a mortal coil, which is why she is housed here. Safe.
So... I understand, but I also don't. So if the soul is... So you're trying to protect the body so that the soul doesn't get destroyed and vice versa. Okay. Maybe the soul's in danger somewhere?
I doubt it. She should be safe within her domain.
Well, why else would we be here? Why else would she try and get us to come and talk to you otherwise? There has to be a
Maybe we
reason.
should ask him if he knows anything.
Perhaps
Whispering this
she intended for you to acquire some form of power or weapon.
Oh, what is that stick?
There's a rumbling sound which takes you a second to realize that it's a laugh from within the cave, but it's loud enough that it almost sounds like a growl and far more intimidating than it probably was intended to be. That is the last vestige of Shinov. Her weapon while she was alive.
It's giving off a strong necromantic energy.
That is correct.
Do you think maybe we could use this?
It could help.
Does she need it? She doesn't need it,
No.
right? She's chilling.
She does not.
Everyone just looks.
Everybody looks at the Shinov's prone corpse.
She doesn't need it.
Maybe to prop her up every now and then.
I suppose in part my role here is to serve to deter grave robbers, though I don't imagine you are.
Nope, we haven't stolen anything.
No grave
I'm
robbers
wondering
would
it.
have gotten as close to our heart of hearts as you did and survived.
I'll whisper to Nori. Maybe I should have fixed that mirror.
Big goof.
I will allow you, if you deem fit, to take her vestige with you.
What kind of powers does it have? How would it aid us?
It has many powers, most of which rely on the caster's ability to actually use them.
Ooh,
But-
I got this one. I'm gonna pull out my book and I'm gonna roll up my sleeves. I'll be like, just give
Identify.
me 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Cast identify on it.
Okay.
Just really awkwardly like casting the spell while a giant dragon's just like staring at us through this little hole in the wall. It's a good time.
You can hear the dragon like settling in within the chamber, and it seems to bring its eye back and closer so that it's again looking once more at you from an angle that you can actually see.
Imagine how annoying that would be though, because your eye's on the side of your head and you're like staring into like. Does he close
I'd
his other eye
imagine
while he
like
does
yeah,
it?
probably.
Imagine how annoying that would be to like have to keep your like one eye closed the whole time and you're like straining really hard and like staring at these super tiny objects really close to your own eyeball. Ugh.
And Bran touched
He's
its
probably got used
eyelid to
to it.
wake it up.
That's
Probably
true
got used to it
too. It's
after
like,
all these
ugh.
years.
I mean,
It's like, don't fucking
most
touch
likely
your son.
this
It's probably sleeping.
this is probably the first time the dragon's awoken in a
Yeah,
long
he's
ass
been like a
time.
little sleepy boy.
I'm gonna-
Like 40,000 years of sleep, you know?
I'm gonna ask you while Nori's casting Identify, how long has it been since you saw anybody else?
Since that one entered and died, and his friends.
They were
Like 40,000 years.
There were some before him too, though they never fully entered. They died upon trying to get in.
Jesus. Also, what's with all the trickery in this place?
To see if you're worthy or not. If you understand Shinov's motives. We didn't want any death cults wandering in for vestiges of Shinov and misunderstanding what she wanted.
Yeah, no, we're very clever. Yeah, it'd almost be impossible to brute force your way through everything here.
It would have been interesting to see you try to brute force the skulls more times.
Interesting in a fun way.
Entertaining.
There's more of them. Can we go fight them? They were really fun.
The doors are open. I suppose the security system's still in place. If you really wanted to, I could reform the crystalline skulls.
Xylia's
What do you think, guys?
fighting back the urge to touch the eye and cast Reduce.
The eye is still fairly far in.
Okay.
Doesn't want to get any debris.
I just want to make it a small boy.
I mean,
I
it would
mean, you
only
reduce it by
half his
one size,
He'd still
yeah.
He'd still be a
He'll be
big
a relatively large
boy.
Could I enlarge
Yeah.
it even more?
Technically, yes,
So
but
you'll
its
enlarge
size.
the eye, right? But you won't enlarge me.
I couldn't hear you. Also, I had to do my thunder shit. It did a lot of damage. I'm greedy,
Technically,
okay?
if you were to enlarge it, its size class wouldn't actually go up, but its dimensions would. It's already as big as a D&D creature can be in terms
Jesus.
of like its classification. But after 10 minutes, your identify spell is cast, Nori. And you can finish identifying the staff, which I will put up in...
Give me that handout. Give me that handout.
What the fuck?
Hey,
Oh,
look,
what?
I can do it because I am a warlock who worships and has a pact with Shinov. Steel
This
staff,
is-
5 feet in length.
Holy
It's
shit.
And can use it as a spellcasting focus. This does not take... I got the Rod of the Pact Keeper, though, as
Mhm.
well. So do I have to pick?
You have 3 attunement slots.
I can have 2 rods?
Yeah, you don't need to use them at the same time, but they
Staff
can
and
both
a
be
rod?
attuned to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is
Cool,
a CR?
Challenge rating.
Holy fuck.
Creature with a...
That's really fucking good.
And what
Um,
is... I have a Channel Divinity feature? What's that?
Channel Divinity is something that typically only paladins and clerics get.
Oh, so I don't have that. So that
No.
doesn't help me. Okay.
Well, you gain a use of Channel Divinity now. If you're attuned to it.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
it's,
gain it. Okay.
it's useless for me.
So I would gain a Channel Divinity and it would only be Disrupt Undead, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
You can tell with Identify too that the Soul Mender clearly has other traits available to it, but they are far beyond your understanding at the moment.
Oh, I'm not high enough level. I don't have enough badges to control it. Okay.
It's Charizard.
Yeah. Alright, you destroy the energy in all undead within 10 feet of you. Destroy a number undead whose CR add up to your level. For example, what were those skelly masses that we fought? What were their CR?
Good question. They were challenge rating 2.
So I could have like killed 2 of them.
If they failed their saving throw, yeah.
Hmm.
That's fucking
But
useful.
still, That's,
They'd
what's
also-
that's nearly half of what we've just fought.
Yeah, that's really
What's
fucking
the
good.
saving? Ooh, and then no, that's not an ability.
Your
check,
saving
though.
throw is your
My hex
spell
doesn't.
save.
So
My hex doesn't have. My hex wouldn't give them disadvantage, right?
No, it's only ability checks.
Yeah.
the difference between those and, for example, a level 5 challenge rate in level 5 would be huge, right?
Significantly more damage and or HP.
So, and Nori could use that staff against a level 5, and if it failed, it would die.
Yep.
That is
And-
fucking insane.
But I only get to try it once, so I only get to
Yes.
attempt to do it once, and then after that, I have to wait. What is it like a
A
long
short
rest?
rest.
It's only a short rest.
That's not bad.
Yeah. That's really, really good.
Also, if a creature has turn resistance, it's immune to the effect entirely,
Wait, didn't it
which
say
a lot
there's
of higher level
Oh, they do.
undead will have. Yeah.
Didn't it also say you get an extra use of it somehow?
Only if you already have Channel Divinity as
Which I don't.
as a class option. So Corb, for
Time to
instance,
multi-class.
would, or
No, I'm
Remy
kidding.
would.
Yeah, Remy just wouldn't
'Cause-
find much
Right.
use for the actual weapon. The ability, yeah, but the weapon, not really.
The weapon's as good as her longsword,
Oh, really?
or his longsword. Yeah.
Maybe we should wait.
Also, Nori.
Hmm.
No, sorry, you wouldn't use the Rod of the Packkeeper to cast Identify, right? Because you need to have a diamond to cast Identify specifically.
The
I could just-
ritual?
Yeah. Which you
It
got
doesn't.
from Valkyries, if I remember correctly.
It's a pearl for identify.
It's a pearl.
Okay.
But yeah, we
Does
got
it- does
a
that
lot
mean
of
it-
pearls.
does that
Diamond,
mean
there's one in the other room?
It
Does
doesn't
that mean
consume
it
it.
absorbs it? No, okay. Yeah, I already
No.
have a pearl.
The pearl is in single use.
Mhm.
You
Yeah, I
need
just
to have
have
the
to
pearl
have
to
it.
cast it.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yep.
So you can attune to it over the course of a short rest if you want.
Are we taking a break tonight?
You may rest here. You're safe as long as you wish to stay here.
In real life,
Well,
there.
thank you.
Yeah, we could take a quick.
It's Bram's face, man. Look at him. He's gone bright red.
It was just the in character. You may stay here. It's like, wait, is he talking about now?
It is safe. Why you
That was
walk
good.
out with a pitchfork?
That's good.
Yeah, we could take a quick 10-minute break. Since we're a little bit more than halfway at this point.
Yeah.
We're almost an hour past halfway.
Fair point.
Yeah.
We're 45 minutes past
That's
halfway.
why
So
I'm
yeah,
asking.
let's take a tenner and come back in a bit.
Okay.
Okay. I'll wolf.
You are safe here. We're
Oh, that was
safe
so good.
here.
That was so fucking good.
Oh yeah, quick question. Does anyone mind if I take this?
Oh no, it's absolutely
No.
sod all use to me.
I was thinking, well, Remy might be able to use it, but also Remy's not here to take it for now, so.
I'll take it for now, and if Remy has any, I feel like how Remy Corb plays Remy, and this is me just assuming, so obviously she can say otherwise, but I feel like it being the vestige of my deity that
Yeah.
I worship, I don't think that Remy's gonna be like, I want the stuff.
Yeah, fair.
But that's just me. That's just mine.
I agree.
All right, cool. So,
Okay. Go take a
break time.
Right.
quick 10-minute. Back at 25 minutes
See you in-
past.
All right,
Sounds
sounds
good.
good.
10 minutes.
Sounds good.
What the fuck is going on?
Open your eyes.
Let's do it.
Oh, I came back just in time. Let's do it.
Welcome back.
Let's go.
All right, so now that we're all fed and broken, no,
Breaked.
Rested.
rested.
Jokes on you. I've been broken for a long time.
Eh.
You may stay
Big
the night.
You may
It is
stay the night.
safe here.
That
Oh
was
my-
just too good,
Yo,
dude.
Dan, the next time you fucking come visit me, when we get to my house, I'm gonna stand in the threshold of the door and go, "You may stay the night. It is safe here."
Thanks, I hate it.
It was so good.
I love it too, because Fletch was just like, "Cool, thanks," but like, out of game. I know that you're channeling a big old dragon right now, but I'm
And
gonna need you to
I
pull it.
dig dragons, like I fucking dig dragons, but my
I'm cool about
lasagna
it.
wanted to be here.
Yeah, but I need some lasagna.
So
Lasagna.
good.
And there was really good garlic bread with it. I've got to give Adam
Hell yeah.
some serious points right now.
Nice.
We do stand some good garlic bread.
Mm-hmm.
I stand any garlic bread, honestly. Even if it's trashed here, it's still good. Garlic bread
It's
can't be
garlic
bad.
bread, like
I can't handle that shit that comes in like the like plastic bag that you then like just take out and throw in the oven.
Oh, I
just
like it.
that,
like the baguettes. I like those.
Oh,
Like the
yeah.
I like the or like the Texas toast. Do you guys have that maybe that's only a Fletch thing. There's these things there. It's like Texas toast. It's super thick bread, and you can get it frozen, but it has like garlic butter on it already.
Yeah.
And then you just
Oh.
pop it in the oven, and then you like bake it, and then it's just like, oh, delicious.
We had like a flatbread one today.
Ooh.
I love how we're having this conversation with the incredibly ominous music behind it.
Yeah. Garlic bread.
You want to know what else is magic?
How my stomach. That's how my stomach feels after I eat garlic bread, to be honest.
Like ominous
Yeah.
cave music.
Foreboding music.
Yeah, because there's no more garlic bread though.
No, that's because the garlic does bad things to my belly.
Same.
I'd
Still
prefer
eat it,
it's
though.
because there's not enough garlic.
Oh yeah. It ain't gonna deter me from eating it. It's just what happens.
Feel it.
So I put the staff in my inventory for now, at least.
Okay.
Oh, I need to actually make the attack on it. I'll do that later, though.
You can
but
you can attune to it over the course of your next short rest or long rest.
the long rest we're gonna take because it's safe here.
Yes.
I'm gonna cuddle up
That
next
feeling-
to
that-
Shinov.
that feeling when we all cuddle around her, her little pod.
Yeah.
I
We got
offer
invited-
Remy to use me as a pillow because he's my little
We got-
blue boy.
We got invited to stay the night by a dragon, guys. We're coming up in the world. Did you just pick her up upside down?
She refused to come normally.
What a monster! I just saw her butt in her back legs
So,
as
I
you
just
crap.
saw some butthole.
I was like,
Holy
that's not a cat head. I was like, that's upside down.
She wanted my attention, so I gave her my attention. She just didn't want to
That's-
fucking come.
That's like sometimes I have to do that with Onyx, where he won't let me pick him up, but he wants me to pay attention to him, so I'll scruff him to
Yeah.
pull him up because I can't like hold him any other way. So I just scruff him up, and then he's just like, "Love me," and I'm just like, "You're
Yep.
the weirdest."
I
The
think
weirdest
whenever I try
thing.
and grab Zammy like that, he's just too heavy for me to hold like that now.
Mm.
You have to sort of like hold him like this and then tell him off.
I love it though because like when I scruff Onyx, he's just like, "Ooh," like he's just limp.
Yeah,
like he's just like, "Ooh," like.
He just goes. He goes ragdoll.
Yeah,
Bless.
it's so funny. It's so
That do be cute.
adorable. All right, so yes, I have the staff. We're gonna
Long
stay the
rest.
night. I'm gonna attune to it. We still don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do after this, though. So maybe while we take our long rest, we also have like a little chit chat with the dragon. I don't know, man.
If
What else
you
are we supposed
intend
to
to
do,
leave,
like,
I can
beyond
open the
this?
doors for you.
Could you fly us out?
I can't leave this chamber.
Okay, so if there's a giant dragon soul weapon that's currently running rampant, we got this staff, which is like kind of cool. Like, all right, like it seems like it's got some cool stuff. I don't see me going up to this dragon and being like bonk and it being like, oh, sorry, and like stopping.
I don't think that
So-
dragon is CR5.
Yeah. So, any tips, any thoughts on that? She like sent us here, but I'm real confused. Like, this does not help us with our immediate dragon problem.
Vanga just
Got
slowly
any
blinks
dragon
again.
buddies?
As far as I know, my kin are dead. The dragons that exist today are specters of my race.
So
But
there's
this
no more.
is-
You're the last like big dragon.
I'm the last true dragon,
What's that
arguably.
mean? Like not a robot.
The last of a civilization. The dragons that exist today are
Angie.
intelligent animals.
Okay.
What would happen to you if the body was like desecrated or the soul got back to the body? Would you just cease to exist?
I don't. So long as she lives, I live. My lifespan has been drastically altered by her current status. But
Yeah, you must get real bored down here.
I sleep
Got, like,
for the most
Scrabble?
part.
Got like Scrabble down here, maybe.
Bruno?
Hey, Remy, why don't
Solitaire.
you teach him to play Uno?
Oh god, this long rest we are hella teaching this motherfucking dragon how to play Buno. Hell yes. Remy and Nori are just like hell. Yep.
It's also
I
very
don't-
easy to win against a sleeping person.
I typically stay asleep the best I can to preserve my energy so I don't need to leave and hunt.
Are you hungry?
Hungry.
I am peckish, though I imagine if I go back to sleep, I shouldn't need to eat for another several thousand years.
Did we get you anything?
Nothing to truly satiate my hunger.
Makes sense. It would probably just be kind of cruel, right? Like you'd get like the tiniest little drop of like, "Meh," and it would just be like not anything, huh?
Hey, there's a dead guy out there.
I believe the expression is you can't have one chip.
I could go get that guy.
What are chips? I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Different time.
I'm joking.
That's right.
I'm joking. Now is time to open the can of worms on that biscuit, the biscuit chip crisp debate.
Oh God.
Tell me, Dragon. What are your thoughts? Oh man.
Chicken and waffles?
I'd go for some chicken and waffles right about now.
Delicious with
I'd try
maple
chicken
syrup.
and waffles.
Maple and
never
syrup.
had
Maple
it.
syrup on.
A little bit of butter on the waffles too. So you get all of that disgusting, oily, sugary badness into your system.
Yeah, like all the awfulness, just all there. Delicious. Love it.
Then
Don't
you
make it
barely
worse,
are
man.
hot.
Try this awful.
Chicken and waffles is just 100%
It's super
bad
good.
for you. There's nothing
It's
in
so
chicken and
good.
waffles that's good for
It's
you.
just carbs. I mean, the
Yeah.
protein's
Chicken.
okay. The protein's
Yeah,
okay.
but
Chicken's
the
alright
the
if you
ratio of
take off-
protein to fucking lard in that is
Yeah.
extremely low.
Lots of carbs, but it's delicious. And yeah, okay. So we teach the dragon how to play Buno,
Okay.
100%.
Yep.
Keothi wanted to ask the dragon a question.
Yes, Keothi, what was your question for the dragon?
Can't remember what it was.
Okay.
I was meaning
Something
the
like, how were you so big?
no, I was meaning the OOC chat.
Oh.
You know the scaly question.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yothi was like, let's see if it'll give us some
Oh.
of its scales. We
Can I
do
have
need
one of
money
your
for.
scales to prove
We
I
do
met
need
you?
money. We do need money.
You're the
You can
biggest
see-
thing I've ever seen, and I love it.
The eye retreats slowly from the entrance,
He's gonna pick one up that he shed.
and you can hear some shuffling around until finally a large claw. The size of just a singular claw is about the size of Nori herself.
Whoop.
And between two pinched claws is a scale roughly as wide as your face and about as long as your head, and maybe about 2 inches thick, that he drops onto the floor
I didn't think
I
that'd
can carry
work.
very
that, can't
carefully.
I?
You can carry that,
I can
yes.
carry that card. Thank you so much.
You pick it up and it weighs about what you'd expect of like a full breastplate to weigh. It is heavy as hell.
So,
And it's a pure black scale.
how much are we putting on for the weight of this?
Let's see, how much is breastplate armor?
Holy fuck! I didn't think that'd work. I was memeing.
We get 10 of the. No,
It's 20. It's 20 pounds
damn.
for one scale.
I should be able to carry.
Is
that
this
far.
where we get? Is this where we get a bunch of them and then we go get some dragon scale armor made? We could have matching outfits, matching team outfits, black dragon
I can
scale.
carry that all right, can't I?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
carry
20
that.
pounds, no problem.
You could put that in your bag, no issue.
I could probably even technically carry
How
that.
much can I carry?
Well, you are a Goliath, so you have double the carrying capacity of literally any other hominid. Let me see.
Hominid?
You humanoid, same thing.
Hominado?
Lady,
Humana,
are you?
humana. Hakuna
Should we ask for
Matata.
more? Should we ask for more?
We should. I feel like we should have asked for more initially. Now we're just getting greedy.
Let's see, 16 times 15 times.
Did they
any more
used
of
to
those
use
dragon
dragon
You
scales?
can-
Yeah.
Keothi, your maximum carry capacity is 480 pounds.
Yeah, you're good. So let's just get 480
that's-
pounds of dragon.
You can take the
scale.
fucking dragon.
That's literally what you can lift like in your backpack. You can push something I think twice as heavy as that.
You're a strong
And if I'm
Gale.
enraged or something, isn't it another 2?
No, if you're enlarged, it's another
That's
2
it.
times.
That's it. Enlarge. I knew it was one of them. I just couldn't remember which one.
If you're enlarged, you should be able to lift like a
2,000
small
pounds.
elephant directly over your head and
Love it.
possibly chuck it.
Your
Maybe
new
I could,
combat,
like,
the
throw
new, your
dragon song
new,
weapon.
your new combat opener is we actually adopt an elephant, and what you do is you just throw it at the enemy. That's your ranged attack.
When you're minimized, you ride it. When you're enlarged, you use it as a weapon.
She should be able to ride it even when she's normal
It's
size.
normal. Yeah, that's your new mount, and you also use it to throw at people.
That's
Is
what I
there?
meant.
Can I
Normal
talk to the
size ride it.
dragon? Is there any? Is there anything? Did people used to use dragon scales for anything, or is that like a rude thing to ask? I don't know. It seems like you had a pretty big bond with the Kotoro, so was it all like, ooh, like look at this cool thing we can make or do, or I don't know. These are heavy and thick, and they're pretty cool.
Typically, Akara would have armor made out of their dragon scales,
That's
so
super
as to
cool.
prevent them from taking any unnecessary damage from their dragon's breath weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Though
You could give us a few more then, because that might help us with the dragon song weapon.
That's true. Would it be effective against that?
I doubt it. Depends on the dragon soul weapon.
I'll describe it to them.
Stormseeker would not be deterred by my scales, no. Stormseeker is made from a blue dragon. I am a black dragon.
But the blue dragons are no more, right?
Not the true blue dragons. I'm sure some still exist within the world, but they are, as I said before, intelligent animals at best.
Still really don't know what to do. Next, we got this staff, which is kind of cool. Well, really cool, but that's not really going to help us stop a big old giant.
Is there any
Mech.
other kind of power that you could maybe share with all of us or one of us? You seem to have a strong connection with Shanov. Is there...
I haven't spoken to her since she ascended. Wouldn't be possible.
Do you have anything you want me to tell her if I see her again? I already took Darnua's request, so I can, you know.
Tell her that Vanga lives on and is still protecting her. Though I imagine she knows.
Do we know the name?
Like
or is it a Vanga?
anything, I don't know. I had to do this with Darnua too. Yeah, cool. She definitely knows that. Anything personal that you want? Like, y'all.
You wanted to
Everybody
give her
seems
a
close,
hug
but
for
then you're
you?
not. Like, yeah, do you want me? I'm giving her a Darnua hug. I can give her a Vanga hug. Or like a Vanga, I don't know what you guys used to do. Like, handshake. I don't know, cool. Ooh, like a secret handshake. Y'all got like a little fist bump.
Size difference might make that tough.
That's okay. We didn't do hugs.
You're telling me that y'all like soul bonded to the end of time nonsense, like you die, I die, like serious businesses, and there's like just nothing, not even like no handshake, no like like funny phrase or like joke that you guys had, but like I do not believe this. There's something like mm-mm. You haven't talked to her in like 40,000 years, and I know that that's not as long in like dragon/god time, but like that's a pretty long time in my eyes, and
I've been sleeping for almost all of it, so it doesn't quite feel that way. But our connection allowed us to speak to one another, not requiring any form of physical speech. Our expressions of affection were not hugs and words. They were thoughts and feelings towards one another. I don't.
Like, they were telling me about this when we were talking to the gods. They're called like emojis or something.
I hate you.
I'm just imagining mental emojis.
Feelings.
You get a poop emoji in your fucking head.
I can't believe you just said you were imagining mental emojis.
Shinov just like is mentally telling Vanga about something that happens, and Vanga just responds with a kek W. Is there any truer form of conveying emotion than with emoji?
Oh.
Hate it here.
Pepe hands.
I'm done with this campaign.
There's about a people leave.
I'm right about there. I'm about to fucking hit her with a
Oh, yeah, and then
Shinov.
Shinov hears this new bard. Shinov goes to see this new bard, and you just hear cat jamming. Just cat jamming.
You know
And
what
you're
the thing is,
familiar
right? He's
as
made
rat
God.
jamming?
We didn't you?
Yeah. Rat jam.
Anyway, this door.
Sorry, emotional connection. You wanted to say something or not? That's it.
No,
Just be like, yo, Vega's
It's
looking over you.
unnecessary.
All right. Secret emotional connection response. I'll tell her about that.
Sure.
Aye.
Y'all,
So-
I don't know what it is, and like, mad respect for you guys because you're doing cool godly stuff, but like, if there were 2 words that I'd have to use to describe like all y'all, it would probably have to be emotionally constipated. Like, I'm really not sure what's going on here, but damn, you guys should hug each other more. I'm just saying. I guess you should have hugged each other more. It's not possible now. Probably don't hug the dead body, the soulless body, but you know.
The voice comes to you just slightly exasperated. Did you want to sleep here, or shall I open the doors for you to leave?
We're gonna chill here.
Then I will return to my own sleep.
Good night.
Yo, but we gotta play Boo now.
I'm not in
I
the
set the
mood.
cards up. I set the cards up and everything.
I don't know how you expect me to play a card game from here.
Yo, cause Remy's gonna be you're gonna be on Remy's team.
That's okay. I will return to
You
sleep.
know that.
I need to conserve
you know
my
Remy
energy.
would never let him go.
Dragons are boring.
After he goes to bed, Thylia's just like, dragons suck.
I've read
The
so
eye
much and
opens
did
just
nothing
a
like the
fraction
stories.
and stares at you.
Fucking true dragons, my ass.
I think that's been my favourite bit. Dragons suck.
No fun.
No fun. Doesn't even want to learn Boo now.
Ugh.
Please also write Buno. Please also write Buno into the lore of this world now.
Does the dragon
need it.
snore?
It does not.
Like a panther, like a silent sleeper. I don't know, man.
The wall simply goes back to being, well, now you know it's the dragon's eye, but it's placed back exactly the way that it was before.
Cool.
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I guess you go to
dream
bed.
about the real dragons.
I guess we'll figure out what we're gonna do tomorrow.
Do you take some time to attune to your
Yeah,
your
for
new
sure.
staff thing?
Yep.
Okay. In doing so, the staff, as you're holding it, and I guess some form of ritual for attunement. I don't.
I'm doing
remember
like
the
a
exact specifics.
Fantasia when Wizard Mickey is like conducting all the.
Oh my god. You see that your Rod of the Pact Keeper, as you attune to the staff, slowly dissolves. And the staff itself seems to grow a scythe out the top of it.
What? I got a scythe staff?
And the scythe now, not staff, gains the properties of the Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Yeah, yeet.
Well, now I'm jealous.
I'm like, I'm becoming the new job class for Final Fantasy 14. I'm a
She's
Reaper
Reaper.
now.
Zalia's like, this day sucks. Dragons are boring and Nori gets a scythe. I almost died.
And I almost died. Yo, that's pretty cool. All right, so it comes together. Does it have a new name?
Nope, it's still Soul Mender.
That's still cool as fuck.
Sammy. I love how it's like the world's most edgiest weapon on the world's least edgiest person. Like just a fucking nerd with like big old like giant round glasses and crazy frizzy hair, and she's just like, ah.
There is always time for character arcs.
Oh my god.
Nah, I have a feeling Nori's not planning on getting edgy anytime soon.
Nori the Soul Mender.
Yep, Lori the Soul Mender.
You're like the
Love it.
reverse
Cool.
Reaper.
I'm basically the opposite. I'm the opposite of like Shinove. She's like straight, like black hair and like very serious, and then Nori's like crazy curly black hair and like just insane. I'm the crazy twin. Cool. All right. So yeah. So it just combines, and now does that mean that I only have to be attuned to this one singular thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I only have one slot that's I'm attuned to, right?
Yep.
I think.
Yeah.
Cool. Time to find more vestiges, attuned to all of them.
Become
Jesus.
Thanos.
So did it seem like, could I understand at all why these two things would have combined? Does it seem like that is a property of this, and like there might
You can
be
attempt
other
to
stuff?
identify it again if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay. So if you take 10 minutes and cast Identify again, you come to understand that because the Rod of the Pact Keeper was attuned to a warlock who had a pact with Shinove, and this is Shinove's weapon, they are able to combine into a single artifact.
So fucking cool.
Does it seem like there could be like future
Anything
of that happening again?
You get the feeling from the identification that anything related to Shinove that is of a magical nature could possibly be combined into it as well.
Like a Shinove metal detector. Beep 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 beep.
You'd have to attune to said item, so it would be a little bit more complicated than a
Dude, I can't wait until we meet Kimeth again. I would be like, look at this motherfucking site that I got. What do you have that's pacted with Shinove? Because I need it.
Jesus.
Shinove likes me more.
Oh god.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
Cool. I'm just imagining now every time we go to sleep or we're going places, I just have this 5 foot long scythe on my back now.
Pretty fucking much.
Yep.
Is it like, does it have any like Shinove symbols on it?
Nope. It's an unadorned steel pole with a long scythe coming out the top.
Interesting.
Or scythe blade.
Do I feel like this is gonna cause me issues later on if I'm just walking around with a big old giant scythe, or there are like other people that wield scythes in the world as adventurers?
Scythes are a relatively uncommon weapon. In your experience, you've seen a few people use them, but it's typically the more martial artsy inclined. Like it's like a specialty weapon typically. People don't.
So it'll
use
make
them
me look
unless they're-
cooler. All right, cool.
You'll look like
Sure.
you're far more competent than you are in martial arts.
That's kind of fun. And I assume that it also means it's no longer bludgeoning damage, right?
Yeah, it's now slashing damage.
Okay. And if I dual wield it, it's 1d10. If I just swing it with one hand, it's 1d8. Okay.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, damn. Interesting. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm sleeping on the ground in my sleeping bag with a scythe.
Okay. And the night passes without any further incident. You guys get your full 8 hours in, and when you wake up, you are tired, a little hungry. Or not tired, sorry. You're feeling rested, but a little hungry.
You got rations.
It's hard to tell what time of day it is since, you're underground and in the dark. But you do have rations that you can eat. It's the first time you eat rations in over 2 weeks. And the return from Darnua and Remy's cooking to rations is a harsh cutback.
Yoki's gonna be dead grumpy today.
So mad.
But when you do eventually wake up and start to make noise, the Vanga's eye opens once more and takes a look at all of you. Are you rested and ready to leave?
Think so. Oh, before we go, those crystals that you had, that were in the room, they were kind of crushed, but they looked like they were worth a lot. Got any more of those crystals lying around?
No, the ones that we have are used for the lock system on this door.
Oh. Okay.
Which I shall
keep it
reset when
secret,
you
keep it
leave.
safe.
Also, what's with
Do
the
you wanna know
coal?
what you...
Each of the gems represents one of the gods.
Why coal, though?
Because Chandi would not want to be represented by anything that would be of real material expense.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you want to know what you don't need, though, Mr. Dragon, sir? Scales that have fallen off you. Do you have any more we could take?
The eye narrows slightly. I can give you 2 more. I think
Okay,
there should be around.
Can I please?
Sure.
Smile.
The dragon retreats and once more brings one scale out, drops on the ground, and then another scale drops on the ground. Not like I have much use for them.
Sir.
How many scales would we need to make like a breastplate or something? Roughly, could we estimate?
They're
It's hard
pretty
to tell
big
with scales of these
right?
size.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
One
estimate
for
with
the front,
these
one for
3
the back?
scales, you could at least make a shield.
How do we know roughly how much dragon scales are worth, like normal dragon scales from our time?
I mean, you sold an entire baby dragon for, what was it? I think like almost 1,000 gold pieces.
I think it was more. It was a lot. I think it was like 1,500, right?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, 15. My brain was like 15,000. That's way too much. But yeah, probably about 1,500. But those were obviously like immature dragon scales. You're not entirely sure how much these would go
this is a
for.
dragon scale this big.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also the last true fucking dragon too. Like,
I don't know if we want to go advertising that part of it. I don't know if we want to go, yo, there's a true black dragon here. Like,
Also, most people would probably look at you like, what the fuck do you mean a true dragon? Like,
true.
what does that even fucking mean?
They wouldn't believe us anyway.
True.
They'd just be like, you're trying to get the price up.
Still a hell of a lot bigger and more perfect looking than the others, right?
Bigger than any scale you've seen. I mean, mind you, you haven't seen very many dragons in your lifetime, and you haven't seen too many people going around with dragon scales willy-nilly. But in some of the apothecaries you've been to, yeah, they've definitely had dragon scales, but none of them anywhere near this large.
And is it like a pure black color, like an obsidian?
It is flawlessly black with no like change in pigmentation along the entire scale.
So
It almost
cool.
absorbs light.
Jesus.
Yoki's
to know.
just in awe at the size of this dragon. She's never seen anything quite so big, and she wants to be as big as the dragon.
Can't imagine that big.
That would be huge.
Could we come back
Actually,
and
no,
visit
huge
you
is a-
sometime?
I am afraid once I close this door, I should probably ask you not to come back unless you have really good purpose. I don't want too much attention drawn to this resting place. For
Makes
good
sense.
reason.
If you do die, does your body stay, or do you just like evaporate?
It will rot and desiccate, much like any corpse would.
That's sad.
Do dragon souls go to wherever Shinov is?
Everything that living should end up to her.
That's kind of good though, because then that no, but she has to die in order, so she wouldn't be there then. Like that would not
I
be
can-
a good thing.
I can still die despite her current status. I just can't die of effectively natural causes.
Okay, but if you do that, I guess at least that means you get to see her again. That's kind of good, right? That's a good thing.
Briefly, until I move on to whatever comes next.
Dory's like, you want us to kill you
Yeah.
real quick?
But I'm sure that you could have like a. I'm sure that she'd have enough time for like a tea time.
No way to know until I find myself there, I suppose.
Maybe she'd keep you there
True.
forever for company.
I don't think that's allowed, but who knows?
Yeah, that's fair. So when we go through this door, are we just going to be back where we came in originally?
You should be. There's nothing special about the door, as far as I understand it.
Okay. I kind of got used to the cool new place. I don't really want to go back.
Well, staying here won't change that. As far as I understand it, you are in whatever time you left initially already.
Mm-hmm. Although we do have business, so yeah, we should go back.
Still don't know how the heck we're gonna sort this dragon soul weapon out.
We gotta go see our good friend Senezal.
You were also told
that the
by
plan?
Valkyries that there was an armory
Yeah.
that you could possibly explore.
To the west.
I guess we go there
Let's
first.
start there.
I was kind of hoping we could go see Senezal first for some extra.
That's Senezal's like hella fucking far away. Remember we traveled like across a continent and then
yeah.
up,
But
or
what if you
across
could, like-
that water, not a continent, but across the water and up.
We could contact
mean,
him and
the-
see if he could teleport us. Use some kind of magic stuff.
So,
Teleportation usually requires the person to be with the party to do it.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
to give you an idea, I'm going to put you back on the world map.
Day is Raven.
So,
Did you try some of that god cocaine?
yes.
It's
So
like a
the
peel, right?
armory, yeah, the armory is over there, and Senezal is right here. So
Yeah.
it's not that Senezal is
Oh.
any further away. It's more of a triangle.
True, we are
Well,
literally.
no, he's actually closer,
Yeah, he
realistically.
is. A lot
Yeah, he's
closer.
like
Holy
half,
fuck!
he's the half the distance.
It'd probably make more sense to
Oh.
go back, and then we could also travel through Basmon and Miss End.
Wait, you want us to go around? Oh, travel and then up and over.
Yeah, from Talona.
If we look at all of those distances, how long does that seem like it would take us to fucking do all that shit?
600 miles.
600 miles, some of which you can
Months,
travel
right?
by boat. Definitely months.
Really?
Yeah, about 2 months at least.
But again, maybe when we get back, we should contact Senezal first and ask if he could maybe send us to Basmon or the Golden
Do
Place
you
to
have
cut
a way
some
to
time
contact Senezal?
off. Well, I'm sure somebody will.
Who?
I don't know, innkeeps or something. They had a way to contact people all over. People at
Sending
the
messages.
Mercenaries Guild. Eh, it wasn't using message.
Did the Mercenaries Guild have a direct way to contact people?
Yeah, they contacted whoever the hell it was back in Talona when we were all the way in Kalkarath.
Yeah, they have like a daily, effectively a daily use of sending that they use to report their whatchamacallits.
Yeah, but if are we
quest
trying to
reports
get in
and whatnot.
contact with them and be like teleport, like get us to you? Or because if it's just a daily thing of sending, it's like what, 20 words?
Yeah, it's not really meant
It's
for
20
more than that.
words. It's not conversational.
It wouldn't really need to be. All it need to be is asking if he'd be able to teleport a party of people, and he could just respond with yes or no.
Yeah, I mean, we could start with that. Or if he has any leads where we could go to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess we just gotta get back to an Adventurers Guild.
Yeah. Where would the
Is there
closest
anything that
Adventurers
you
Guild
need us
be?
to...
It'd be
Good.
Kalkarath, wouldn't it?
No, I thought there was one in the Dwarf Town that we were in.
There is
Wasn't
one in the
Oh.
Dwarven town as well. And
I mean, not that we don't know if it's fucking destroyed now because of a dragon, but I guess we get to see that whenever we pop on
you
around.
did
True.
you did just take a sleep for 8 hours while Stormseeker has been unleashed. So
Yeah, but what the fuck else are we gonna do?
I'm just saying, like,
Go
yeah,
back with
so-
no spell slots. But yeah.
What was I gonna say?
I don't think a 2-month walk is probably the best idea.
I'm gonna ask the dragon, is there anything that we can do, like, to make this more safe for you? Or, I don't know, lock the
No.
doors on our way out? You're
I'll
good? You
close
got control
everything.
over all that?
I reset it all.
Okay.
It was nice
Alright.
meeting you.
I hope you have a
It
really
was
good
nice to meet
sleep.
you too.
Thanks for the staff that turned into a
Hi,
scythe.
Mr. Big Dragon, sir.
Thanks for the skin.
Thanks for the scales.
Scales.
Goodbye. Yes.
Yep. You're gonna be real sad when you wake up in a couple thousand years and realize that you didn't learn how to play Buno, but you know,
I
I'm gonna
think
leave
I'll
this
live.
here. No, I won't leave the deck there. I don't think Remy would let me leave the Buno deck.
No, I don't think he would.
Big
Nope.
bummer.
Not a chance.
I took all of last night and spent some time writing down all the rules to Buno. Just
Remy might
kidding.
leave a flower for the dragon, though.
Yeah, fair enough. Remy leaves
Alright.
a flower
Thanks,
behind on
dragon.
Shinov. Of course, any friends of Shay are friends of mine. And you can hear the doors towards the front of the tomb begin to swing open.
Have a good sleep.
I will.
Sleep tight, dragon person.
I'll just move us back here.
I assume the doors are back where we came, right?
Yep. They're at the very end of that tunnel. So Guard and Remy will head back out as well.
I'm keeping the
With the
phone,
rest
by
of
the
you.
way.
Okay.
I know
Nice.
when the hotline blink.
All right. So you make your way back out into the mine shaft.
Wow.
Or back out the door rather into the sealed off area of the mine shaft that you guys had entered, and you can see ahead of you the opening that had been made in the mine shaft is still open.
Oh no. That's not good.
I mean, it's good because we can get out of here.
Yeah, they never sealed it up, though. What if something happened to him?
I mean, they probably ran away as a dragon started, like, through, like, the stone and stuff, you know?
Yes. Fuck.
I mean, I guess we should just make our way towards the town, right? Like,
How far is 120 feet?
Far?
120 feet.
How do I answer that question?
Well, like, is it?
You've answered it already.
Would it get back to? Would it get back to the inn? Would it get to the surface?
No.
It's not that. No.
You guys,
We're
guys are hours underground.
Yeah.
You can walk 120 feet fairly quickly.
Okay. Do you want to make haste and rush the fuck back?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think we go full speed as fast as we can up to the surface and see.
Okay.
If
Well,
happened.
as you exit the sealed off area, which is not currently sealed off, you can see along the walls of the mine tunnel there are black scorch marks, just running lines and lines all across it. And right next to the opening, you can see a standing blackened skeleton with his hand outstretched like this.
Oh, big
And
ew.
it's just stuck in that position, as if like burnt so quickly that it got stuck like that.
They woke up like this.
Yeah.
Does it?
Anyone want to go back and head through that door?
Yeah.
Valkyries were home. Does it resemble the
It's a skeleton.
stone? Oh, it's just a skeleton.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming all its belongings and clothing and everything was just burnt along with it.
Seems like it, yeah. There's not much left here.
Just gonna fucking keep running then.
Okay. As you continue upwards, you see more and more of the mine shafts. You're booking it as fast as you can, but it's still going to take you at least a couple hours to make it up to the top. You can see several more of these skeletons throughout the place, similarly charred. The lines of the mine shaft are just riddled with these black lines and pockmarks in the stone where something has like eaten right into the stone with so much heat and force. As you make your way to the first set of lifts, you can see that they are almost entirely destroyed, and you're forced to take the actual stairs back up.
Oh God. All right.
The biggest enemy of the campaign, stairs.
But you do eventually, without incident and without seeing another living soul down here, make your way to the top of the shaft. And when you get up to the top of the town, it is not a fun environment. You can see most of the buildings have been collapsed, with rocks having rained down from the ceiling on top of them. Those that have not either collapsed, or those that may not have collapsed, have been burnt or just obliterated by something with far too massive a force to allow the building to remain standing. There are some places that appear to have been mostly unscathed, but you can see also like molten rock has dripped down from the top of the massive cavern and poured down on top of other houses to both burn them and then have the stone eventually re-solidify into what it almost looks like somebody like made the stone a liquid, and then hardened again like a candle dripping wax. And throughout the town isn't so much chaos as much as there are still people moving around. A lot of people seem just kind of lost as to what to do. Many people without like an actual home to actually go back to, and dwarves just trying to figure out what the hell to do in this situation. And you can tell there are clearly some like relief efforts. There's tents that have been set up in areas where there's enough space to do so. The main sort of castle towards the center of town where like the actual government resided is just completely torn to shit. Scorch marks and rubble just covering it entirely. And looking around, you can't see where the Adventurers Guild is.
Hey, we probably accidentally murdered a whole bunch of people.
I mean, you didn't bring the Dragon Soul weapon back to life.
True.
I guess it would have happened either way.
This one's not on you, unlike the boat full of prisoners.
Listen,
Hey, that wasn't me.
Oh,
That
wasn't
was
That wasn't me. That was my bird.
I wasn't there then. It doesn't matter.
It was my
Doesn't count.
bird.
It's my raven. Yeah, is the inn still standing?
No, from the looks of it, it is gone.
I'm gonna keep trying to cast message, trying to get to Kimeth, saying his name over and over until I hopefully do.
You work your way through the city and down to the south, and you finally, pointing south towards the docks, you get a message back. Where the hell have you guys been?
Whereabouts?
Oh wait, that's not Kimeth's voice.
It was, wasn't it?
Where the hell have you guys been?
That's more like it. Can
You're
we
here.
can we come meet you?
Yeah, I'm on the Serpent. I think
What?
we should just get out of here as fast as possible.
his boat.
Oh, Jesus. Get up on the Hydra's back. Okay.
Don't do that.
I'm on that big dragon that you woke up. I found it.
Yeah, let's go. We'll head down to the docks.
All right. You head down to the docks and you see most of the boats that haven't been sank, which there are many, are just gone. Probably people just booking it out of here as fast as they possibly could after what happened. And you can see Kimeth at waiting by the gangplank to the Serpent, watching you guys approach. And there's a visible a sense of relief to his face as you approach. And when you guys get close, he says, "Oh, that's good. When I didn't hear from you guys after that, I thought I'd lost another party. And what is that?" As he points at Guard, but he's managed to make his way through the town with a large cloak over himself, mostly keeping people from staring. He could have been simply mistaken for another Goliath if people didn't look too closely, but now that he's so much closer to Kimeth, and Kimeth's actually giving him a clear look, he could very easily see that this is no Goliath, and very obviously not a living, or at least flesh-made creature.
That's just our walking shield. Don't worry about it.
It's a long story.
I resent that remark.
Yeah, this is Guard. This is a sentient being with feelings and emotions.
God, I'm trying to avoid him asking too many questions.
Did we ever, out of character, we told Kimeth about the acid spraying place, right? That
Yeah.
was the one. Yeah, this is the thing that we were gonna kill. Acid boy.
Guard is not a thing. It is an entity with feelings and emotion.
God used to be the thing that we were gonna kill, but I spoke to him. I spoke to him and he's friendly. He's a nice guy. God.
Guard just slowly raises a hand and waves it. Kimeth just frowns at him, looks at the rest of you, looks back at him. We honestly don't have time for this. Let's just get out of here.
It's fast.
And
And a few words. I like it, and I step onto his boat.
Kimeth,
he'll take a step back and let you guys board the ship.
when this happened, well, first of all, how long ago exactly was it, and which way did it leave?
It happened yesterday, last night. Giant metal dragon spewing lightning burst its way out of the mine shafts and started laying waste to everything around here. And then it flew off somewhere. I wasn't exactly looking. I was hiding like a squirrel under a rock.
I mean, you lived. Probably the safest thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. What the hell happened down there? Or maybe we talk about that on the way.
Yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
He looks around and you can see that there are other people down at the dock. mostly guards, with like a skeleton crew of guards, but they are close enough to eavesdrop if they had wanted to. Then he starts untying the ship from its mooring. Where to? Going back to Kalkarath? We going back upstream?
Was upstream, was there another Adventurers Guild or no?
There's a really small one. The one where you met
that tiny
Kenneth at.
town where we had just the mushroom brew and just the mushroom salad soup thing. And there was like 4 buildings. It's where you met me.
Pretty depressing town.
I think
Where they
Kalkarath
met
is
me.
probably the safest option, right?
Where?
Because then Kalkarath, because then we can either go to Senezal or to the west.
All
What do
right.
you guys think?
Yeah, that sounds right. Sounds like a good idea.
All right.
Go.
We got plenty of provisions to get us there, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's just get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll take you guys out onto the river and down. Unless we have anything specific you want to say to Kimith, or anything specific between there and Kalkarath, the trip will be mostly uneventful. I guess you fill in Kimith and all the details, and he is definitely bitter about missing out on the adventures in the past and going to the Shinov door. But he gets why you guys did what you did so quickly after you fill him in about what happened with Stormseeker. And he explains to you. He likes it, but he says that it doesn't feel quite right in his hands.
Makes sense. It doesn't feel, to be completely honest, it doesn't feel quite right in my hands either, as I wildly swing it about.
Sally gets a haircut.
He tells you guys a little bit about what happened when Stormseeker came out of the mine shaft, but it's in an abridged format. It's mostly just slaughter. Some of the stone mages tried to fight back, but it was like throwing pebbles at a tank. It really didn't manage a whole lot. For the most part, the only thing the stone mages were capable of accomplishing was creating defenses, keeping more people from getting hurt. In the end, the destruction probably means Fraltelnog will not recover in Kimith's eyes. He thinks the city is mostly fallen. But eventually, over the course of the next couple of days, you guys emerge from beneath the mountains. The river takes you out from the underground and onto the open sea, where he turns you guys back towards the west and heads towards Kalkarath. And that's where we'll pick up next session, as we are just about at the end.
Oh, it's so depressing.
It's been quite the ride.
Yeah, it has. Is the next session next week?
What a session.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully Remy will be there for it.
Hopefully.
I really hope so.
Fingers crossed.
I miss Crob, okay?
We all miss Crob.
We do.
Or Crob. I'm sure she misses internet.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, me too. I'm sure she does.
Okay, I'm gonna end the recording.
Thanks for tuning
So it
in.
doesn't end
Until
itself.
next week.
Bye.